2, the end of time, session 1, because we did session 0 2 weeks ago. We got everything set up.
Nice.
Quick little recap. Last time, we all had our various reasons for joining the Horizon Walkers. We all met up on the Forgotten City. I'm sticking with the name. I liked it. I decided. You guys all met FaZe and Greg. FaZe, leader of the Horizon Walkers. Greg, her right-hand man. You all went to a tavern, got kind of a briefing of what you were going to be doing, and then went on a boat to Alera, and that's where we are, currently on a boat to Alera. While I, oh so quickly, start this playlist. Nope, that's the wrong one. Anyway, so...
Off to a great start.
Off to a great start.
Right? Doing grand.
Music.
Doing fabulous.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Boat sounds.
Ooh, boat sound.
Okay, so you're all on the boat. One morning on the boat. It's like a 3 days boat ride to Alera. One morning, first morning, you guys all wake up. The boat is a kind of like a brigantine. It's not like a full-size galleon. It's not a massive boat, but it's enough to maybe a little bit larger than a brigantine. It's in between. It's enough to hold 10-ish people. So you guys all wake up. You go up to the top deck. FaZe kind of greets you and is like, "Good morning. How did everyone sleep? Is everyone okay? How's everyone feeling? We're still about 2 days off, but everyone's doing okay."
Yeah, I noticed that you guys don't just bring coffee to the rooms, and like I usually drink coffee in the morning. Otherwise, I get agitated.
We'll work on that for you. We'll make sure we'll try and make sure next morning you get something. I don't know about coffee, but at least a drink of some form. She kind of like looks over at Greg and is like, "Do whatever you can," kind of a look, and then looks back. So today, we're gonna do maybe a little bit of combat training kind of thing, kind of see where everyone is as far as that goes. I see that you're all, proficient in various different forms of combat, so we'll kind of break you guys up. We have magic casters on here. We have a couple rangers, a couple melee people who know like a little closer. So we'll kind of break you guys off into little like sections to practice that. But that's how we're gonna start. You guys all break up into your groups. Yep. Go on.
Good deal.
Good deal.
Sounds like fun.
Cool. Like, okay. So you guys all break up into your groups. So what's going to happen is... Spooguglio is going to go with like a caster. Mega is going to go with one of the more melee proficient. And then there actually is a druid on board for Kava. There's a... And then I guess with the melee would also be Crealis. And you guys all go out to do your training. I'm going to have you guys all do... So what I'm going to have you do is a check in your more proficient skills. So we're going to start with Spooguglio. I need you to do a charisma check. Just straight up charisma.
Okay, so do I just click charisma on the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see charisma.
You actually might not. You might... Let me see.
Oh, wait. Oh, just charisma? So it's not like a skill, it's just flat
It's
charisma?
not a save, yeah, just flat charisma. Ability check. Charisma.
Cool. Normal.
Okay. So, you, with your caster buddy named George the human warlock, actually, helps you out, and he kind of like walks you through walks you through the spells. You already kind of know him a little bit, but he makes sure you know what you're doing. So, because you passed the check, I'm going to make a little note. You are going to get a +1 to hit for the rest of the session.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh.
We passed.
Fancy. That's what
I wonder
that's
what happens
There'll
if
be
you,
no living with him after this.
I wonder what happens if you crit fail. Someone.
You get a -20 to hit. No. Next, we are going to Mega. There is a fighter on board. You guys kind of do a little sparring back and forth. Fighter with a sword and shield. His name is Bob. You kind of do your little fighting stance, kind of do your normal sparring. Can you do a strength check for me?
Yep. You want me to do that in Foundry or?
If you want to use your like regular dice, feel free, or D&D Beyond. It's
Okay, I'll just roll on D&D Beyond.
sure. I can see.
All right. Maybe. Come on. What's going on here?
It's a great question.
Tested this just a second ago.
If you click on your just strength, it should do a strength roll.
Yeah.
This is why I did this first, try and get like rolling things out of the way. I was thinking ahead. Wanted to make sure.
So smart.
But
What a
then he
clever
gave me
DM
+1,
you are.
so I just don't have to roll anymore. I'm just always gonna hit.
You
I've
don't
got a
know if that's
+1.
actually true.
All right.
I got a +1 to my +3.
But what if you crit?
It doesn't know. I rolled a 21. It's not a crit. It sucks.
If you crit,
Okay. Come on. There we go. I rolled an 8.
okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Bob put you through your paces a little bit. You stagger a little bit. It's kind of hard. Bob is definitely a seasoned fighter. He probably didn't, dial it back as much as he should have. He got a little bit too into it. You don't end up getting the +1, but you do end up okay and unscathed. It just you didn't learn as much as you thought you might have.
I'm not used to fighting things. I'm
That's
a
true.
shepherd, damn it.
That's true. Okay. Next is
Sheep
Kree.
don't fight back.
Next is Crealis, which
Wait,
also
Typically.
yeah, which also is Bob. You go up. He gets you to kind of do another kind of sparring thing with Bob. Do a dexterity check for me.
Solid 10.
So Bob is just
Don't
kind
know.
of he's having a Bob must be having a rough day because he's going a little bit too hard on his trainees. Once again, unscathed as normal, but you didn't quite learn as much because Bob just wasn't in it. He rather than teaching, he was being a little bit too rough. He wasn't teaching you the moves. He was a little bit too overzealous. Okay, Kava, you go off with your druid friend named Gary the druid.
Carry the druid.
You guys practice your druid
Gare Bear.
craft. Gare Bear. Practice your druid craft. Can you do what's your highest? Intelligence?
My highest is intelligence, but I'm also decently high in wisdom.
So we'll do
which is
wisdom,
a
'cause it's druid.
typical druidic one.
So we'll
Yeah.
do a wisdom check for me. Nice.
Hey! That's
You
what I'm
got
talking about.
20 total
Yeah.
on that.
Shit.
You actually you show up Gary a little bit. You're a little bit better at druidcraft than he is. Just all your spells just seem to be just a little bit more, I don't know, just like on point. So you get +1 to hit as well.
You don't get the +1 because you're a show off.
I mean, okay, I personally am a show. Kiva is actually quite humble about it. He's kind of just following along and acts like it's nothing.
Right. Okay.
Kiva's the humble one. I'm the prideful one.
So that is your day, pretty much. You spend most of the time, yeah. You spend most of the time doing your little training. It goes good for half of you. The other half didn't quite get what you wanted out of it, but it's okay. It's not like it's necessary to get that +1. We're all good. Everyone's good here. And yeah, that is the day. You guys go find your way back below deck and go to sleep. So then, next day goes like pretty much Nothing crazy, just a normal day. And then the dawn of the
I
third
have
day.
a quick question,
Sure.
actually, if
Sure.
you don't mind. So that +1 to hit, is that only going to be for if I do like melee weapons? Because none of my spells are like a roll to hit; they're like a save.
It would be +1 to hit, and I guess +1 to DC as well. Save DC, because Rufus would be the same because he's
Okay.
also a caster. +1 to hit and DC.
And DC.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry.
So
No, you're good.
one more question just to add to that, because of the special item I have. Does it do anything to the DC of that?
No, that's always
If
going to
the
be a
answer
10.
is no, that's fine.
Yeah, it's always
Okay,
going to be
that's
a
cool.
10, I think.
Yep. Okay. I just want to know how it works, so I roll it right.
Speaking of that, we're going to be going over those very shortly. So, on the third day, dawn of the third day, the moon is about to crash down.
Well, it's gonna be nice knowing you all. It was in the name
I
of the
should have seen
campaign the
that from
whole
a mile
time.
away with my character.
Down at Lower Decks, everybody wakes up and starts to mosey around. It is actually the middle of night. So you wake up in the middle of the night to an almost relaxing sound of the waves kind of crashing against the...
I'm probably
crashing, but-
already up, honestly.
True, true. Everyone else kind of wakes up to that almost relaxing sound. As you open your eyes, you see what you've seen for 2 days, wood, chipwood. You've seen it. You're almost getting kind of bored of it at this point. The below deck scene, that is. Traditional
Do I
wooden
see
vessel.
coffee?
You do see a small thing of water because they did not have coffee, but it is a drink.
Okay.
Around you, there's the occasional barrels of supplies, food, and drink, just kind of laying around. As you all wake up, FaZe walks down to the bottom of the deck. And it's like, we are about to hit land. If you would all like to follow me above deck. I guess before we go, is there any last minute questions any of you have about our, essentially what we'll be doing here?
Yeah, what are we gonna be doing here?
That's true. I don't actually know if I ever told you that. Essentially, so here's the plan. She actually, there's like a series of barrels. She takes a map out of her back pocket and kind of rolls it out. And you see on the map is Alara, which is your horseshoe, like island with like the center island with it. And the center being the city of Alara and the outside being like the outside areas. Essentially, in the center of the horseshoe, kind of up near the top, there's this town called Vendfall. Now, Vendfall is, as far as we know, going to be under attack relatively shortly by a group of undead led by the dragon that has been terrorizing the land. And yeah, we are going to, so this is how it's going to work. We're going to kind of dock and then go up towards Vendfall. The army itself that's going to be attacking is actually going to be kind of small because it's kind of the scouting army. Don't worry, it's not going to be like huge and overwhelming. This should be pretty by the books kind of thing.
Thought this wasn't no army.
The army of the dragon is an army. I didn't say we were an army. Smuggly.
You're just using that word a lot.
Yeah, I know. I know. So we're gonna go. You're just using that word. We're gonna go up there, and we're going to defend it for a period of time. While this is happening, to the west, there is a group of heroes and our own group of people, army, but I'll just call them group of people now so that you feel a little bit better. We'll be taking
association.
We'll be
Important.
taking back what once was the human capital of Flen from the dragons, from like part of the dragon's army. The dragon is a very, very vain creature, as some dragons, or most dragons are, and what's essentially going to happen is the second that town's taken over, all of his forces are going to be focused on taking that town back. We're essentially going to defend Vendfall for a little bit of time until all of the dragon's eyes are focused on Flen. It should be...
Before we get there, I got a quick question.
Sure.
Just add a character. Would they have told us what color the dragon is? Because I think the druid may know stuff about dragons.
I was about to ask
So,
if I knew
the
anything
dragon-
about dragons.
The dragon is... it's a blue-white dragon.
A blue-eyed white
he's
dragon?
Yeah, that was actually the original reference of the dragon when I made it the many moons ago. But he's a cross between a blue and a white dragon.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Blue
so
white
they've
dragon.
they've told me this, and so I'm aware of like
Yeah.
what types of dragons do
But
what.
Googleo has
Correct.
no idea though.
Spooky is like, what?
Fair enough.
Nope.
Trails
Neither does
doesn't even know what a
Mega.
dragon is.
Something about those
Ooh.
card games those kids are playing. But yeah, so that's that. That's what you're gonna do. Is go. We're gonna go get you guys to Flen. You're gonna help with the defending Flen. Well, not Flen. Vendfall. You guys are gonna go to Vendfall. Help defend Vendfall. I personally, it's Phase speaking. I personally am going to drop you guys off and very quickly head my way to Flen because I need to be on those front lines as leader of the Horizon Walkers. Greg will be helping you out through your part of the task. So yeah, any questions? I know it can be a little bit confusing.
Coming
There'll
back
definitely be
later.
what?
Are you gonna come back or?
Oh yeah, no,
are we
I'm not
just here
leaving you
with, are we
guys
just
forever.
here with
Don't-
Bob or John or
Greg.
Greg, Gary.
I
Okay.
will be back.
Scary.
I will be back. Don't.
All of these.
Do they have
Oh,
co-
Gary.
do they have coffee in Flen? Pick some up.
They might actually. It's currently overrun by undead and probably they might have some rotten coffee if that exists.
I'm usually pretty easygoing
Is
and nice, but I can't help but feel agitated.
I bet you are the most easygoing person I will ever know if you
I've
just
been
had your
told.
coffee. I imagine that'll exactly what you are like. I will do my best to try and see that fantastic side of you. Now, if there are no more questions,
Amazing.
if anyone
is Flen where the elves are?
No, Flen. So Flen is where the humans are. The elves are on the other side. You guys might never actually step towards Flen. Essentially,
Amazing. The I don't know how much we're looking to do. Like we kind of glided through the our time on the ship.
yeah.
But I feel like I feel like there's I would like to do a little bit of
Oh,
like
sure.
role play with the group,
Yeah.
so that we kind of start to get to know each other.
Sure.
And
So then what we'll
Come
do is
go
at
with
this
more
time,
cohesive.
Faith says, if you guys would all like to take a little bit of time before you come up, you got like a little bit. Yeah, let's say there's about an hour before we all need to start preparing. So you guys do your thing, and I'll see you above deck soon. And Faze walks away up the
Excellent.
top
Thank
of the
you,
boat.
ship pilot guy.
You're
Are we
welcome.
actually alone right now, or is anybody
Yes, the
like?
four of you are currently alone. Everyone else is either on top
Greg
of the
is
ship
gone?
or Greg is gone. Greg actually never came
Okay.
down. Greg is going to be with
Okay.
you in Vendfall, but Greg never came down.
Okay.
Essentially, FaZe came down, was like, hey, we're good to go. Any questions? And then left. And said, a little more time.
Greg is mean.
Greg is not mean. Maybe Greg.
Oh, he's
Greg's
not
doing his
mean.
Job.
He's just a dipshit.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought Greg was pretty neat, actually.
Would you like him or something?
Crealis like flutters a half a step back. He's been very kind to us.
Yeah.
Can you turn down the ship noise just a touch so
That's
I
on
can hear everybody?
your end,
So
sir.
you can do it.
In
You
Discord.
can right-click the
Or click
rhythm bot and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and then change his volume.
Aha.
Aha.
Oh,
So-
the ship
so-
isn't moving nearly so fast now. Excellent.
I was getting a little
Not
seasick
quite as
there.
aggressive.
So Guglio kind of turns to, I guess, the rest of the group, and he just says, "Look, if we're gonna be working together, I need to know whose back do I have and who has my back. So, look, which one of you guys is gonna take one for the team?"
Take one for the team. Are you asking someone to sacrifice themselves willingly for you?
Well, unless one of you guys are warriors, the way I see it, one of us is going down, and someone's gonna have to take one.
All right. Well, with that kind of tone, absolutely not. I have my own business to conduct here, and so I will not be taking anyone's back unless circumstances are absolutely dire, and even then, my work comes first.
I'll have your back, Spaguglio.
Oh man! He just kind of like he looks way up at you because Spaguglio's a gnome, and he
And
just
I'm
goes,
very
"It's always
tall."
good to have a big guy in your corner. What's your name again?"
Mega. Madman Mega. I'm a shepherd.
Yeah. Whoa, no! Just don't tell anybody that ever. You know what? I'm just
Why?
gonna call you Madman Bloodsucker, and you just won't say anything after that, and everyone
There's
will just run
nothing
away.
wrong with being like one who performs animal husbandry. There's nothing wrong with caring for sheep and animals.
I don't marry them. I just take care of them.
If
That's
we
not
scare
what
them
animal
away, we don't have to
husbandry
fight them. We don't have to fight them if they run away because they think he's gonna suck
I'm-
their blood or something.
That's gross.
But they don't know
Oh,
that.
sheep are easy to take care of. You just pick them up and hold them up till the threat goes away. Or you just pick up the threat and hold the threat until
Wait,
it goes
wait.
away.
You find sheep threatening?
Oh, no.
Okay.
But there's a lot of things that like to threaten sheep, see? You got wolves,
Okay.
you got bears, you got
Oh, so
bugs,
you pick up
got
bears.
bugbears. I can pick up a bear.
I think we're gonna be friends.
Good. So Mega's gonna turn to turn and look at Crealis now. So you're Crealis, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I saw you working with the with the fighter guy. Was it just me, or did he seem awfully intense to you?
He seemed very excited to be training us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the swords and the shields and stuff. You know, I just prefer to like grab people and beat them until they stop moving.
Oh.
Not you though. Not you. Not you.
I think the feathers are slightly ruffled. You said
I mean,
you're a
Go ahead.
shepherd.
Well, yeah,
Who's taking
but
care of
if
your
a wolf
sheep?
comes, then well, you got to take care of the sheep. So if a wolf comes, you pick it up and then you smack it till it stops moving.
Yeah.
Or bears.
Are your sheep alone now?
No, my wife's taking care of them.
Oh, okay.
She's not as strong as I am, but she's magical.
Like the briefest like side glance over at Sfaguglio. oh.
Don't-
hmm.
No.
You're not
No.
magical?
No what?
We're not married.
No. That's crazy. He's way too short.
Also, he's not taking care of sheep right now.
Oh, that's very true.
Yep, there's a little bit of disconnect there.
Right. I like to think
Oh,
that
goodness.
that the Sfaguglio like really took that personally, but didn't make the connection that like that's not the implication here. It's
yeah.
great.
Oh yeah. Trust me,
Creole's
I
just
was-
Creole's just looks very confused, like, hmm?
Kiva kind of like understands what's going on and kind of just gives Crealis just a little pat, just like, no, that's not quite how it is.
She gives you a pat, and Crealis like instinctively just kind of flinches, but then like stops as
It's
the
a
pat
nice
continues. Yeah, right, but like it
Nice
catches
pat.
her off guard. Just- And it looks up when the patting stops. Doesn't get patted in the face.
Yeah.
Have the stars told you anything about this
A dragon.
Draga?
They're called dragons, yes. I've seen much destruction in this land, and actually, have I noticed anything while I've been on the boat? As I've kind of stayed up late looking at the stars, have I noticed anything new or interesting?
The stars seem pretty much like they were when you left. There's a lot of distress. You might have seen a little bit more. So, from what you can glean from the stars, you were originally just seeing a dragon raining destruction. You actually were able to see a dragon raining destruction and rising what looked like undead. So you get a little bit more of what the dragon is doing. The shadow has pretty much just been growing in size. Like it's still a kind of humanoid figure, but it's growing in size.
Gotcha, gotcha. So yeah, I tell Coriolis that there is a dragon and there is much destruction in the land. However, the stars have yet to clarify anything else.
Okay.
So how do the stars talk to you?
Don't.
Because I've been outside a lot at night, and they don't talk to me at all.
So it is less that the stars talk and more that I read the stars. Much like someone reads a book and can see letters on a page, I can see patterns in the stars that indicate certain meanings. So,
Like, have you ever looked at a picture book?
Oh, I can read.
Yeah, but have you ever looked at a picture book and then you make up the story because there's no story there?
that's
Kind of the
I
same
not
thing.
how it. No, that is not how it works. There is a skill to reading the stars. It is not just guesswork. The stars
Hmm.
actually do tell stories.
There's a lot of
much
pictures
like
in my
words on a page.
There's a lot of pictures in my sheep manual. For the
I'm
medicine?
Sure there are. Yes, and
That's
much
not
like
really a
much
story.
like you have your sheep manuals, I kind of reach into my bag. I have my star charts, which tell me the shapes of the stars and what they mean.
Mm-hmm. You know, we had a guy back home who had these dreams that he said was like real and stuff. We used to call him stupid.
Didn't
That is
Giovanni said he had a
unfortunate.
dream, and that's how he found out about the ingredient?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure
Oh
you're still
dear.
probably
Same
who you're
person,
talking about.
Same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm referring to.
Okay. Gotcha.
Unkind.
Got me good
Yes,
while.
Crealis, that was unkind, wasn't it?
I thought it was funny.
I told you we're gonna be just good friends, me and you. I'm
And
not
not
going to
married.
exploit you at all.
Kiva kind of looks down at Crealis and just kind of gives a knowing look. Just
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Crealis-
There's like a divide here, and there's some eyes.
There is concern in Creolis's eye. Like she looks up at you like, and an unconscious like half shuffle, awkward little bird hop closer to you.
So the important question, what is everybody's favorite kind of pie?
Rabbit pie.
Apple pie. That's a great kind
No,
of pie.
rabbit. Like
A rabbit?
immediately answers with rabbit pie.
Oh,
rabbit pie.
I don't know if I've ever had rabbit pie. Mega will look at Spaguglio. Can you make rabbit pie?
I can make anything.
Not what I was expecting.
Okay.
Wow.
Like literally anything.
Can't make yourself coffee.
You should make rabbit pie.
Whoa, whoa. I can. But I don't work here.
Then
That's
don't
not
Wouldn't
say
make
you
it just-
can make anything since you can't seem to make yourself coffee in the morning.
Snap
Ooh.
again.
You don't work here, but Crealis is part of the team, and that's her favorite.
I'm talking about the coffee thing, but there's no coffee on the ship apparently. I can make rabbit pie, damn it. And then he like he like pulls out, not in a menacing way, but he pulls out like a butcher's knife and he's like sharpening it and he's like looking around, just like
I don't know. That
Scanning
comes
for
off as
rabbits.
pretty menacing
Scanning for rabbits.
Do
and
you,
he's just like,
on a boat.
do you want to see if there's any rabbits
oh yeah,
around?
and he's just
Oh
like,
my lord.
another time. And then he like he's staring at at Kiva. He's like,
Kiva stares right back, unblinking.
A staring match ensues.
yeah.
And it lives forever.
Mega is also looking at Kiva, but not because there's a staring match or anything sinister going on. He's just waiting for her answer as far as what kind of pie does she like.
She like notices this, and she turns to, I rarely eat pie, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay. I'm just gonna make one up then.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you live in the wilds. There's lack of access to pies.
Have you ever had starfruit? Since they talk to you, you probably like it. You should have a starfruit pie.
You see,
Should
the
fruit
problem with
become
starfruit-
available?
The problem with starfruit pie is that the starfruit makes it all moist and the crust doesn't cook. It's just a terrible idea. We're not having starfruit pie.
I don't cook.
I can tell.
I'm a good eater though.
Are
Isn't
you a
this
good
ship
payer?
about there yet?
I mean, it's whenever you guys want to actually walk up at this point.
I got like another hour that we could just do this, and this can be the whole session.
That's the entire session.
Yeah.
I have so many
The
things.
entire
Nah, it's just
session.
this is what we're doing. Ship never actually gets landfall. It's fine.
I think that Kiva would break
Oh, yeah.
away to go
Yeah.
up
Okay.
after a moment, especially after a little bit of this. And
Okay.
the threatening of the knife sharpening, like,
Was
I
it?
can make
Was
a
it a
rabbit
threat? It wasn't a threat.
you say it isn't, but like sharpening a knife in public, like in front of people, like always comes off as threatening.
And
That's
then
just kind of how
staring.
it is.
Yeah, and then staring
And
them
the
down.
staring-
It's the tools of my trade, and I'm belligerent.
So
Can see-
yeah. So, Mega's gonna get up and go like look out the window, start pacing around. He's been sitting for too long, and it's without sheep to watch, he really is kind of at a loss as what he's supposed to be doing. So he's starting to get little stir crazy.
Baguglio's looking for coffee that he could make just to show up Kiva. There's got to be coffee somewhere on this goddamn boat.
Do you want to go look for coffee?
Yes, I would.
Do a perception
I
check.
go right to the kitchen
Throw
right away.
throw a perception roll for me.
Okay. That is 16.
So you go to the kitchen. You do not find coffee, but we find something that's very similar to coffee.
Actually similar or looks similar?
It
Like
looks-
what I know it's similar.
It's a
Or does it
bean
just look similar?
that you could potentially put in a drink, but
Okay.
it doesn't have the same It doesn't look quite the same as coffee. You can tell it's
Okay,
different.
So I pick them up and I'm just like, they said there's no fucking coffee on this boat. There's coffee right here. And he just like picks it up and he puts it on the table and he picks up his butcher's knife and he uses the backside that's not sharp and he starts like pounding it. And then he flips the knife over and he starts like grinding it off. And then he looks around for a kettle.
There's
to boil
a
the
kettle
water in.
that you can
He boils. At this point, he's not very picky. So whatever was in the kettle, whether it's seawater or not, he doesn't look. He just boils the kettle. And he makes a
Ooh.
makeshift coffee filter out of like part of like a burlap sack, and he just shoves the bean. He's making revenge. Like, I'm gonna show you up coffee. It's not about being
Revenge
good.
coffee.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Are you gonna
He pours himself.
you gonna drink this
he-
revenge coffee?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably not right. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Well, no,
So
he's
he's made
got to
the
wait till
coffee. He goes
Can't
back
wait
to
till he's
the
in front of Kiva to drink it.
exactly.
Of course.
Oh,
He
Kiva's
looks
not
for-
touching anything from this
He
guy.
looks for some kind of like translucent cup that he could drink out of if that exists in
glass
this world.
cup.
Yeah, so like so you could see that it's clearly probably coffee if it looks like
cracks
coffee
from
at
the
this point.
heat.
Probably.
Does it come out black like coffee or does
Yeah,
it, or is
no,
it like red?
it is like
Okay.
it is like black coffee. It does look
Oh,
Okay.
No.
pretty similar.
So I've got this transparent glass and I walk back out to the lobby and I look to see if Kiva's there.
Kiva is most likely like on deck, probably like found a table or like a place so she could like look at her charts. She's just doing her work. This is
Okay.
what she does.
So he walks up to like the front of the ship or wherever you are and he like slams the glass down on the railing and like half of it comes out and just goes overboard.
Yep.
And he's just like, "The beautiful day for coffee, isn't it?" And he drinks it.
Just slams it back.
At this moment, FaZe kind of notices what you're doing. Like, here's the commotion. Kind of comes over and is like, "What's in that? What's in that drink?"
Did I drink it yet?
Yeah, no, you slammed it back already.
Okay.
Did,
Just
wait,
like-
the important question. Did it taste like coffee?
It tasted interesting. It didn't taste like salt water. I rolled to see if it was salt water. It was a really high roll. It's fresh water. You're good.
Okay.
You didn't just drink salt water, but it doesn't have that same bitterness. It just tastes kind of weird.
Okay. It tastes like stale coffee.
What did you? What? She actually starts laughing a little bit. What did you put in that?
You told me there was no coffee. I went into the kitchen and I found a jar with some X's on it and there was coffee beans in it.
Some X's. You might want to
I
go
can...
find a toilet soon. That's for people that are having stomach issues on the ship.
I've been having stomach issues since I joined the Horizontal Warriors.
Well, you might be having some more very soon. There isn't coffee on this ship, I can tell you that much. She just kind of walks away at this point.
Shaking her head.
Did Kiva hear all of this?
Oh yeah, that was
I
like right
assume
there.
so.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like she's still looking at her charts, but she is grinning, which is rare. But she is grinning.
Rufus, do a Constitution save for me.
Oh boy. What have I done?
Love it.
Oh boy.
What you get for seeking revenge, coffee?
No revenge
Beautiful.
coffee.
I got a 9.
Beautiful.
It hits you pretty hard. You
I love
need to
it.
find a toilet for the
Love
ship
it.
like immediately. You are.
Okay.
It's
Roll
gonna be
toilet.
a rough rest of your night.
Do I have to roll perception or dexterity to see if I get there in time?
Oh my god!
You make it there in time. You definitely make
Okay.
it there in time. You didn't roll a 1 on your con save, so you definitely make it there in time. But yeah, you're out of commission for a little bit. So moving on to everyone else. While you're in the toilet.
Worth it.
I'm happy about this sidetrack.
Beautiful. Thank you for that revenge coffee.
It's the best revenge coffee there is.
I mean,
Oh
look,
my
here's
God.
your mistake, though. Here's your mistake. You
Okay.
forgot that revenge is a dish best served cold.
It's true.
Mm,
You had it
we
hot.
didn't have
You
12
made
hours for cold brew.
hot-ass coffee.
We didn't
Didn't
have
have
12
12
hours for cold brew. I
Hot
did what I could.
Fast coffee.
That's gross.
Ooh.
Look at
It
me
did
go.
taste like ass.
Yeah, seeing,
Sign of what was to come.
Spaguglio like race off. Crealis, who's kind of perched at the top, like waiting to spot land in the crow's
Yeah.
nest, flutters down to where Kiva is sitting and looks. I would say over her shoulder, but that's not true. Kind of from next to her, kind of looking. Are these your star manuals?
They are. If you'll see right here, this shows Sagittarius, and when it gets dark outside, I can show you exactly where it is. in the sky.
It is
He,
actually
like,
rather dark
nods
outside
like
right
really
now.
quick nod. Yeah. Like,
I think it's
sort of thing.
roughly 10 p.m. So we're night. We're actually in full night.
Okay.
Oh, and
So
this is not the
Kiva,
modern world, so
Correct.
there's no light
So you can
pollution.
see every star in the sky.
You
'Cause
can
it's a clear sky as well.
Exciting.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kiva kind of takes Crealis and points up to the into the stars, and points out, okay, here's where you can see Sagittarius, and then over here you can see Lilith right there, and then if you look really far over there, you can see Venus shining really brightly.
Venus
Nobody
exists.
better be checking me up on this. 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah.
Please don't check up on me.
Look! It's
Or the-
fantasy astronomy.
It's fantasy.
Astronomy. So we're gonna say that
The world
Sagittarius
equivalent.
is around when Venus is at its brightest. It's fine. I'm sure that's not
In this
total
world, that's now
garbage.
how it is.
The stars do move around according
They
to
do.
world events. Like this
It's fine.
this happens.
It's
It's
fine.
D&D.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Kiva kind of shows Crealis what's happening in the
Yeah,
stars.
she's drinking it in. Is just kind of like an ambiance question. Does Kiva work by the starlight, or does she actually have like a candle or something that she's using while she pores over these charts?
She usually does have like some sort of like candle of some sort, but there have been instances where she works purely off of starlight or moonlight. It kind of depends on the moon cycle, basically.
And
Yeah,
what
it's
she's
kinda
trying to
bright.
do, I guess.
Moon.
If
Yeah,
you
'cause at a
wanted to,
full
you could
moon,
work off of.
no need.
There also are some lights around the ship, but they're on the dimish side.
Yeah. But like typically, if she was like back home, there would be like candles just in case, and then especially during like a full moon, no light needed. In fact, it's better on a full moon not to work with light.
It makes things more accurate, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's probably just like a little flickering candle next to her charts as she's showing.
So you're
She's
showing all
candle.
this, and at one point, Kraus says, "Where is the dragon up there?"
The dragon, you can see that Kiva kind of gets a little disturbed. She turns around into to like behind her, so now she's like facing away from her charts. And she kind of points up into the sky where she had seen the dragon. And like when she had first seen it, when she had first saw it, it was like super bright and super powerful. The stars just seemed like they were flashing in the night sky with a bunch of like shooting stars happening as well. But now it's kind of just like it's not like as powerful because like she knows. But she points it out to Crealis as well, and kind of like you can tell just like this normally very stoic woman kind of has like a little bit of a hesitancy to her voice. She's like a little nervous talking about this dragon constellation in the sky.
Okay.
The constellation itself, by the way, is essentially a giant dragon. Before it was just like it breathing fire, breathing whatever its breath is across the land or a land, and it transformed over time to a dragon breathing its breath, and out of the destroyed land, essentially like the zombie hands rising out of it, or undead coming out of it.
Yeah.
It's the tapestry of the
So
stars.
like Kiva's not gonna tell Crealis what she initially saw. She's just going to tell her what is there.
Right.
Yeah. Because like the original sighting was quite terrifying.
Yeah.
It seems so far away.
They are very far away, beyond the celestial planes even.
It's like the eyes go wide with zero comprehension. These are magic words.
At this point,
Yes,
Googlia was done
very, very
with the toilet. He's good.
Yeah, it's probably been like a couple hours, and neither of them have noticed.
It's been a good amount of time, yeah.
Yeah, they've just been in their own little world, so to speak. And
What about Mega?
Meanwhile, Mega got bored after like
special little world.
Mega got bored after like 10 minutes of them looking up at the stars, so he's gonna go find some some soldiers or sailors or someone to like see what's going on and see what they do for fun around here.
So at this point, FaZe kind of gathers you all up from your various activities, brings you all to the front of the ship, and kind of points in the distance. As you can see in the distance, you actually see a little bit of land. It is a rather bright, bright series of lights. And she points it out and says, that right there, the most lights you'll see here is the city of Valera, the capital city of this continent. I know they weren't the most unique with the naming of it, but that's what they wanted to go with. So they just went with city of Valera. We are going to be going past that and to the mainland. We should be reaching it in, let's say, 30 minutes to an hour at this point. So everyone make sure you have all of your gear ready. You have taken care of all of your business. She kind of looks at Spaguglio and are all okay.
Perfect.
There's
And
nothing.
yeah, and we will be reaching land shortly. Is there anything anyone wants to do before we get off the ship, or we all sit?
Let's go.
I think we're Gucci.
Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. So you all reach land, all of the group of Horizon Walkers, and you get all your gear, get off the boat, and you all start making your way inwards towards Vendfall. If this actually
Done. Da-da.
done.
Question: Are you about to are you about to show us the map?
No. This is a little
Okay.
bit later.
No, that's okay because just you had mentioned earlier that the inventory was going to happen on the boat, and I just want to make
thank
sure that
you
you
for
didn't
reminding me.
Yeah.
Right before you all get off the ship, FaZe kind of is like, before you all go, I actually have I actually want to give you more than just those as well. Everyone in the Horizon Walkers gets a complimentary healing potion. So each one of you now have a first level healing potion. And for each one of you, I have a special magical item. So she looks at Spaguglio and says, for you, I have this magical item called the Dark Shard Amulet. She'll let you potentially focus different warlock spells that you might not be familiar with. It doesn't always succeed, but hopefully it will aid you in your travels. For
Just like his cooking.
exactly.
Can I add things to my own equipment tab? Because you just said
In-
you gave us a healing potion.
In Foundry, no. In D&D Beyond, yes.
Okay.
So equipment management would come in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
For Madman Mega, I have a actually very interesting tool. It is a talking doll. You can set it to, I think it's up to, I believe, 6 phrases to say with certain conditions. Maybe help as a distraction for the party if ever necessary, or, you know, just a parlor trick, because why not? It should be rather helpful.
You're giving me a doll.
Yes. Yes, I am.
His face brightens up. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Adorable.
And this, and for you, Crealis, she takes a sword out of her sheath, and it just 15. It's a very bright sword. This is a sword to light your way in the darkness. I understand that you might not want to always use it, but keep it sheathed if you don't want it to have light. But there will probably be a time where you need that light, and please use it then, even if it scares you a little bit. I know, I believe in you.
Alarm.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she hands you the sword. And for you, Kava, I give. Here is a item called a Horn of Silent Alarm, and she hands you a horn. If any of you are ever separated, or if you're ever separated from your party, or if you know a member is separate, you can blow on this horn, and it can contact it. The alarm should only ever sound for the one person that you mean for it to contact within a certain range. Help potentially bring the group together if ever necessary. Or, I don't know, alarm a friend. Alarm a friend. Alarm a friend.
Phone a friend, essentially.
Phone a friend.
Great.
Tell a
Spaguglio's just
friend where
out
you
on
are.
this one.
She takes it with both hands. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome. And now you set off on the mainland across your voyage. You make your way through the trees, kind of making your way across to where Vendfall is. It's probably another hour walk. You're all walking at a relatively brisk pace. None of you are at in a full out sprint or even really in a full run, but it's a pretty brisk walk trying to get there. All moving relatively stealthily. Can I have everyone make a group stealth? Can I make a stealth check? No, the rogue got an 11.
Yeah, good thing I got that +8.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
it's a crit.
Yep.
I got 11.
That's fine. We got a
Almost
crit.
like Kiva is a very large Goliath.
Right.
Who knew?
Well, I mean, she lives in the
Everyone
forest. She
now.
never learned how to tiptoe. So stomp.
She's never had to. She rolled a 5. For the
She rolled a 5. Right, because we don't have the combat up quite yet.
Yep.
So, as you're all going through, Mega is a half-orc that is rather large, but he is the silentest that you have... He is probably the stealthiest person you have ever seen. Keva, on the other hand, there are lots of twigs and branches breaking under her feet
Crotchy me.
She's too busy looking at the stars.
because she's looking up at the stars, trying to catch little bits of
It is her
consolation.
job.
It's true.
Yeah.
And both Crealis and Swiglio are, the occasional broken branch, but nothing too crazy. Everyone, no difficulties are encountered during your trek to Vendfall. And as...
When you walk through sheep pastures at night, you learn to watch where you're stepping. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
I'm gonna be right back. Give me just a literal minute, please.
Sure.
Says the guy who doesn't wear shoes.
Sorry.
I'm assuming your guy doesn't wear shoes, walking around barefoot in a sheep's pasture.
It's true.
Uh-oh.
Maybe that's why he's so careful.
Oh,
It's fine. Everyone's going to be a little bit weird.
no,
We came back there again. It happens. I'm gonna tell Dins this too. When we do go to combat, I want you guys all to just pop out chat because I'm gonna be having the DM view up, and there might be things you can't see up on the stream, or your characters can't see. So for chat, if you just pop it out instead of looking at the actual stream
Oh.
and minimize.
Oh.
I wanna see how it is. Yeah. I trust you, chat. You're not gonna tell my players what they can't see.
The only thing is,
spoilers.
If there is a spoiler, I'll just switch. But
I was gonna say the only thing is, if we go to watch the VOD later,
there's nothing that you're gonna have that you're not going to see.
Okay.
During the session, there's no there is no super secret thing that they'd be able to see that you wouldn't be able to this session.
Okay. Because that's the only thing I'd be afraid of is watching the VOD later and being like, oh shit, now next week we were halfway through that combat and I can see the 17 gnolls over there.
And it's like, oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty good at separating that Spaguglio wouldn't know that, but
Correct. And I feel like everyone is.
I think we're all pretty honest. I feel
we've all
Hello?
DM'd.
We've
so
all
it's-
DM'd.
it's-
We all know.
DM'd.
Yeah.
we've all done it.
We have.
Yeah, we have, Did.
Yeah, I did.
Haven't you?
Dins,
Come
you're
on,
looking
don't you
kinda
know?
You're looking kind of sus right now.
Yeah.
No, please. Why would you say that?
Dins is sus.
Did the cess? Vote him
Let's
off.
eject him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye, Dins. Just kidding.
Peace.
He killed Beehole.
It's true. He was gone when it
Oh,
happened.
never mind.
Oh,
Oh
he's
my
back.
goodness.
Right. The thing
Yeah.
is, the best part is Beehole reappears after you've ejected Crealis.
Yeah.
Well, I was here the whole time.
It's like,
What's-
this shit.
Oh no, we've made a terrible mistake.
Spaguglio's like, or did we?
I could never eject Crealis. She's too much of a baby.
Oh, you're
I
only thinking
love
of dying in your sleep
her.
as a result. What?
It's true. Best imposter there is.
Yep,
Oh
yep.
my god.
That's me.
After they throw Crealis overboard, Mega walks up. Hey, what's everyone doing?
Oh, you're not dead.
Chewing on a piece of bread or something,
no.
like-
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
just gotta chill out.
Spaguglio sharpening his knife. Oh.
That's not ominous. No.
It's not ominous at all.
I swear I'm not a
Alright.
bad guy.
Swear. Okay.
Keep
On that
swearing.
note, so as you are all going through the forest, you, in the distance, from distance, you see roughly a 10-foot high gray stone walls. As you approach the wooden, with a wooden gate kind of surrounding a like circular town. It's actually rather symmetrical and kind of nice. It looks pleasing to the eye. As you start to approach one of the wooden gates with your group of Horizon Walkers behind you, Face kind of holds her hand out and is like, okay, they're going to have the gates closed at the time being. I'm just going to kind of get inside and let them know I'm here. You, I believe I mentioned it once, but I haven't mentioned it. Each one of the Horizon Walkers that are of higher ranks have a specific eye patch. And you actually see that eye patch glow like gray, and anyone
Not
that
all
knows
of them are missing eyes, correct?
no, they actually
I'm
have
just
eyes.
clarifying.
Yeah, they're not all missing eyes. Correct.
Okay.
Those of you who've done
Just
magic
kinda-
actually associate this color with the astral plane. So you see the eye patch kind of glow gray, and she kind of almost looks off into the distance like she's looking past the wall. You see her don a specific glove, her speak like a command word. She kind of takes her hand, holds it like, but does it in a vertical motion, kind of pulls aside almost a veil, and you can almost see into the astral plane. She kind of goes into the veil. A couple minutes passed, and then the gate starts to open up, and FaZe is just on the other side, like, hello. Essentially, she
Just freaking out.
essentially she opened up essentially a portal and then just walked to the other side. Like I let them know we're all good.
When the gates open, Spaguglio notices that Crealis is really freaked out by that. So when the gates open, he starts to go like this, as if he's pretending to open the gates
Oh,
far
no.
away just to see if he can mess with her.
Oh,
Roll a
no.
deception check
It's like
to see how convincing you are.
Okay, so I don't know what my mod is, but that's a 10. What's my mod for deception? +5. So that's a 15.
It's pretty convincing.
18 on my insight.
But she can see through it. So,
So I'm just like the
Clever
weird
little
uncle.
girl.
Yeah,
I'm the
you
weird
just
uncle
look-
doing got your nose.
yeah, you're doing like the I have the force kind of thing.
You know, in fact, you doing that probably like calms her a little bit because it's a distraction from what's going on. So it's like, what do you?
So she's like, they're all good. I let them know that we were here. Sorry if that kind of was weird. Horizon
Kiva
Walkers.
is unfazed.
She phased through the door.
It's a joke. I get it.
See herself through the door.
So Mega's looking at the wall here. What's at the top of the wall?
So around the doors, there are almost like little, you know how your traditional medieval castles or like traditional medieval gates will have like little spots for archers to stand, like the circular spots. On either side of the gate, there's that, and the rest of it, there's kind of there's a walkway up the top as well, kind of around the whole thing. It's all
Okay.
10-foot high
the
gray stone.
The upper ledge is about 10 feet high.
Yes.
Okay. Mega's gonna take a running start and try and jump up and grab onto the ledge.
You know
I
what?
know the door's open.
We're gonna find out if he gets shot by the archers.
Later, finally.
This is gonna be
I
fun.
used to have this favored in. With a running start, your high jump is Wait a minute. What's your strength score? 19?
My what?
Your strength score is 19, right?
Strength is 19.
And
Yeah,
how tall
yep.
are you?
That's chunky.
Like 6.5 feet.
6.5. There is a calculator for this.
Little giantess Baguglio.
You can do it. So your high jump is 7 feet off the ground. I guess I'll make you do an athletics check to see if you get your full height, but it's possible. You're good.
16.
You just make a running jump and you just kind of grab onto the edge. The guard, and you kind of pull yourself up. The guards actually look kind of scared because they're like, holy crap, what if someone else could do this? This isn't as defensible as we thought.
He's just a shepherd.
He'll look around. He's up here. He's like, yeah, I thought I could do that.
Oh
then
my
he'll-
god.
I thought I could do
He's
that.
been too bored on the ship. Too bored on the ship.
And
Oh,
This is what
are there
happened.
are there stairs or anything going down the other side?
Yeah, there's like a ladder coming down the other side.
Okay.
Just kind of like shimmy your
Um,
way down the ladder.
Yeah, or just kind of
Slide.
stabilize himself and fall down,
Nice.
jump down.
Yeah, so you the door opens and you just jump up and over. The guards look rather frightened.
Amazing.
You hear them like talking to each other a little bit in like worried tones. Face just kind of
Oh, no.
the face just kind of turns around as you and like kind of looks at you. You're like, that's it's impressive. Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that yet.
Mega will look at the team and be like, "See, if they're not with us, we can still get in."
That's true. I don't know if everyone can do the exact same thing you just did. Well, maybe.
Kiva probably could, but she would never.
Right. But yeah. She's a little bit speechless,
I'm
but
not saying
she's
Spagoogly can make the jump, but I can jump over and then open the door.
that is true.
Oh no, I can make that jump. I'm not gonna.
FaZe looks at
But
you
I
like,
could.
you wanna put your money where your mouth is, Spagoolio? You wanna
I'm just saying I could.
okay.
Not saying I would.
I
I
100%
could.
believe you, Spagoolio. I 100% believe you.
I mean, we already know he has a tendency to put things in his mouth. So
Put you in what?
Mega
how
will look
are
at
you?
Mega will look at Kiva and be like, "I'll bet I can throw him over the wall."
You will do no such thing.
FaZe starts to like chuckle a little bit. He's
Bad
like,
big
okay,
man.
okay, we're on a little bit of a timer here, but we should get going
Oh, what? No time for sap. I'm kidding.
later, but not
Hey,
right
okay,
now.
we're
Not
We
like
need
we
to get
signed
you
a
all
contract.
situated.
There could be so much time for sap.
Too soon.
So, FaZe leads you down the main street. You notice from your glances around that the town looks like it has two main roads, kind of in a cross, split into 4 districts, which, like, you wouldn't know what the different districts are, but you do see like there's definitely a split. You stop
Do we-
pretty much what?
Would we notice? Is there like a clear rich and poor district, or is it just kind of everyone's of a similar class?
That we'll
Discretion.
get into
Okay.
because that actually has
Yep,
a minor,
no, leave
minor
it.
story
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So you come to a crossroads, and to your left is an inn called the Golden Fox. The streets, by the way, do seem kind of busy-ish. Not so much. You notice a lot of like militia and warriors. They're preparing for a defense. So you notice a lot of
Was that
like,
an inn or a tavern called the Golden Fox?
inn called the Golden
Inn.
Fox.
Okay.
So you do notice as you're walking around a lot of like warrior type, a couple of rangers, essentially a bunch of people who are ready to fight, kind of moseying about, but like very deterministically going to where they're going and trying to set
Moving
up
with purpose.
exactly. You do see a couple of them also go into the inn that you're going into, probably to have a last minute drink before whatever would happen happens.
Liquid
Shiwak your way.
courage.
So right outside, FaZe kind of stops the 4 of you and says, "This is where we will part ways for now. I will definitely be back. Do not worry. I am not leaving you forever. I'll be back after fight with Flen, or fight in Flen. Be fighting the entire city. That would be very strange. Um, you all are a very interesting
Oh.
group. But I really do believe in you and your potential. And I am excited to see what you all will become and how great you're already great. To see how much greater you can even be. She specifically kind of looks at Spagulio when saying that, kind of like to try not to hurt his
Yeah,
pride.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so when she does that, I kind of get it. I get
Okay.
what's going on
Yeah.
here, and I cast minor illusion to make like the light come down, and it's like a like it's,
Oh
Just
my
like
god.
and I just kind
exactly.
of look around and I'm like, me. He's got a good sarcasm.
Yes,
meter.
yes. You are one of the people I was talking about, Scuglio.
the chosen one.
One of the chosen ones. Maybe. I don't know if I'd go that far, but whatever makes you sleep at night. So, you guys are just gonna
Not
go into
that
this.
bean juice.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
keeps you up at night, but for a
It
different
keeps you
reason.
up all
It really,
night.
it really gets you going though.
It's true.
Uh-huh. In more ways than one.
Okay.
Yeah, coffee will do that.
The uncomfortable laugh.
Megan's gonna look and see how tall is this building, just out of curiosity.
It's
At least 6 sheep.
a great question.
At
Say it's
least
like
6.
Vaulting.
it's 8 foot because it's a single floor in. It's wider than it is tall, so it's not like a 2-story. It's a yeah.
Sure.
That seems about right. Sure, we'll say 8 feet. The wall's 10 feet. Maybe everyone in here is gnomes.
I might have to crouch down a little bit.
Just a little bit. We'll say it's 10 feet and the same side as the wall. Why not? 10-foot tall
Cool.
tavern. Let's go.
Cathedral ceilings.
You know what? There's a reason for
Homework.
that. Sure, 10 feet. And the wall's only 10 feet as well.
There
We'll
are
get to
tall
that.
people.
It's true.
Yeah.
She finishes saying her farewell, says, Greg will meet you guys in the tavern. He's going to get everyone else situated out here. You guys all get a seat. Greg will kind of go over any other stuff with you guys. I'm pretty sure we've gone over everything, except for maybe a small detail or two. He'll make sure you guys are all ready to go. This is my farewell. I will see you in however long it takes me to help retake a city and then get back here. Goodbye.
So what are we
As you-
supposed to do while you're doing that?
You're going to be defending Vendfall, and Greg knows anything past it if I don't get back in time. He has.
Oh, okay.
He knows what you guys should be doing.
And this is Vendfall?
Yes, this is Vendfall.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As she leaves, I'm just going to give her my traditional goodbye, the goodbye of my foremothers before me. May the stars guide your path.
And you as well. And you see the eye patch go gray again. She holds out her hand, does the kind of through the air, opens up a portal into the astral
I
plane, and
wonder
then
why they call
goes
her
off.
phase.
Exactly. Wonder why.
Spaguglio just gets it, and he just gets it, and he's like,
Okay. So you all make your way into the inn. Give you guys a little general layout until you decide before you decide what you want to do in there. So you go to the inn. It's actually very similar to your other inn because that's what I used as the layout for my impromptu inn. You have
Impromptu.
haha.
Dim.
As you walk in,
Dim.
the bar is directly in front of you, kind of in like an L shape. There are 2 bartenders behind it with rows of kegs that they are constantly pouring ale from. Because all around you, you have like the merriment of pre-battle time, like drinking. Everyone's like, let's drink up kind of thing. You never know what'll happen. And to your left is 2 steps down and then a giant square seating area that you notice there's a couple empty tables with. What would you like to do?
Oh, well, there's empty tables. They must be filled.
Exactly.
So that
Is
works.
there any type of... I don't want to make it too broad, and I don't want to rein it in too much. Are there any card games or like
I just need
arm
this.
wrestling competitions or some kind of something that
money
the
making
yeah,
aspect.
something that like the gambling side of Spagoglio
There's
could
dice.
definitely get in on.
Just straight
There's
up dice. High low.
Okay.
Simple.
Would I notice that they're playing dice?
Yeah, it's it's there's definitely a lot of people around the table, but you can see that there are people playing dice around one of the tables.
Okay. Spagoglio sees the empty table and he sees, I assume Kiva's gonna be like, hey, let's go sit down, or
She's
know,
gonna
something
just
like
sit
that?
herself down. She's not
Okay.
gonna do any sort of like guiding or directing. That's not how
Okay.
she do.
Okay. So you see, I see that, and I see the dice, and I look back, and I look over, and then I wonder how much money I have in my pocket. I don't know if I have
How
money.
much money do you have in your pocket? If you're just starting equipment,
Where
it
do I-
gives you money.
Where do I go
Your
to see
background might have
money?
given you some money.
That as
Yeah.
well.
Inventory.
It should
D
be
and D Beyond.
under equipment.
Or
Under equipment.
Okay.
You didn't give yourself money. You
I
have.
don't.
If you're
I don't
in
know.
if you're in D&D Beyond, it's under equipment. I don't know about
Okay.
under
Okay, I see it. But I don't have any.
I mean,
Is
let me see. What's everyone else's money?
I'm
I
actually
Five
have
gold,
10
5
gold
silver.
pieces.
I'll go 5
Looks like
silver,
I
10
have-
gold. gonna
not a
s-
lot. I'm gonna say at between 5 and 10 gold. That's
Squealio
something I think we need
has-
to talk about.
Sure. Squealio has 3 gold because he's a little bit on the poor side because his restaurants kind of have some issues.
okay. So he's got 3 gold.
3 gold. You can go 3 gold.
Okay. Cool. So that would be 30 silver, right?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna carry it in silver because he's
Sure.
a gambling man, and
Yeah, of
3 gold
course.
just doesn't go that far.
It's true. No no high stakes tables though. Because
So he feels him. He feels into his pocket,
Uh-huh.
and he looks over at Crealis, who he assumes has a lot of money, and he's like, "You want to see how we have fun?"
I do.
Come on.
She looks a little concerned, but also a little curious.
He's like, "Come on, buddy."
What kind of fun?
The best. kind
Oh,
of fun.
it's not dangerous at all. It's just some good old fashioned
It's not dangerous till you
games.
get stabbed.
games. It's games. Have you ever played a game? Do you know what a game is? It's like one of those.
Have
You can
ever
ride
played
on
a
my
game?
shoulder if you want.
And like
I'm gonna go watch.
Bond.
Does Crealis play?
in any of the
She-
houses
she
or any of
knows
the
what
families you
games
were at, so you
are.
know, yeah.
But like she's I know games.
This is a fun game, and it's a true test of will and smarts.
She's nodding slowly.
Have you ever wanted something?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten that something?
Not usually.
But like, imagine how you would feel if you did get it. Imagine how much better that would feel if you did nothing for it. That's what this game is.
It sounds like philosophy. So Megan's
I'm
gonna go.
so
Megan's,
nervous.
Megan's gonna go to
Baby
the bar.
Crealis.
It's like, it's basically you just don't lose. You just win next time. It's great.
Oh no. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, okay. Like, I mean, she's just kind of like not like kind of an inscrutable expression, but she's nodding. Like, okay, like what's your point? Sort of nod.
He just come on. I'll show you. It'll be easier.
She follows.
Megan's gonna
Come on.
go to the bar and get four large ales.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And I did tell you to come too. I told you to come in the beginning. It's up to you if you do, but I did tell Big Boy to come with us. So I approach
Yeah,
the
that's-
table.
Mega goes up to the bar. The 4 ales will run you like a silver. You all look like you're ready to defend, and they're like, you know what? For defenders, it's half price ales. 4 large ales, 1 silver piece.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Spaguglio goes and sits down at the table. There is a dwarf across from
Is
you.
there
No.
is there enough seats for Crealis? Because he really wants to corrupt her.
Oh no.
If Crealis would like, there's a seat actually right next to you.
Come on, sit down.
So there's like
Sits.
what? It's a pretty large table. You sit across from a dwarf. The way it works is there's a bunch of dice in the middle of the table, and just 2 people sit across from each other and put down their
the
bets.
table.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Is there a minimum bet at the table?
Minimum bet's 1 silver.
Okay, because Spaguglio is definitely he's gonna know that before he goes over.
Yeah. There's actually someone
Okay.
that before he sat down was like minimum bet's 1 silver. Just kind of like chilling out
Oh.
outside, trying to make sure everything's
He
looking
looks-
okay.
He looks at you and he's just like, okay. All
Okay.
you gotta do is how much money do you have?
a little bit.
Do you have a silver?
She kind of fishes around, pulls out a silver and 5 copper.
And he's just like, look, okay. I'm gonna give you 1. Everybody gets 1. Then you're on your own.
Okay.
And Spaguglio puts 2 silver and 1 for each of us.
Okay. Your opponent matches with 2 silver. So, the way this is gonna work. It is high-low with, I guess. You'll-
Probably D6.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a d6, and you know what? Let's do 21 with 4. We'll do 21 with 4d6. Closest, or no? I guess we'll do 20.
4d6?
No, we'll do 21, and then you roll a d6, and then you just keep hitting until you hit 21 or go over. How about that? Simple blackjack with dice.
Okay.
Cool.
So he says, look, all you gotta do is beat the house. You don't actually have to win.
You're
All you
actually
gotta do is beat them.
playing 1 versus 1. You're again, it's an opponent. You're against another person. There is no house for this. It's not like a loss.
Okay.
We're
all
not-
you gotta do is beat that guy. Do we
This
roll
is-
at the same time? Or
Um,
does someone go first? Like, are we gonna
um,
know what we're fighting against before we roll the dice? So I
It's going to
explain
go
the game
him first,
correctly,
and then it
Jordan.
will go back and forth. If you wanted to keep playing, then you would go first the next time. So he's going to go first. the
One
first time.
d6 at a time.
Yeah, 1d6 at a time, back
Okay.
and forth.
Okay.
So look, he's gonna roll a dice. You're gonna roll a dice. You gotta get as close to 21 as you can. You can only roll 4 times. If you go over, you lose. But if you don't and you beat him, it's great.
It's great.
So
Okay.
but before we even start, it would be really cool if Spaguglio just lost the first one right away before Crealis even gets to play, and we don't even have to roll for it.
I mean,
Amazing.
the dice has got to. You can lose. You could just say that he goes over, I guess, if you
Yeah,
purposely lose
yeah.
it.
Because he's got a huge gambling problem.
Are you trying to purposely lose it?
In this scenario, I want to lose it to highlight Spaguglio's gambling addiction
Okay.
for what he's about to say next.
I'll let you lose your, what is it, 2.5, or 2 silver, 5 copper? Or just 2 silver?
It was 2
No,
silver.
so I put in 1 for each of us, but I'm going to
Okay,
lose my
2
match
silver.
right away.
Gotcha. Sure.
And then he says, see, it looks like I lost, but next time I'm going to win more. That's how this game works. You don't lose. You just bank it up for later. So, like, that goes somewhere else. I'm going to get that back. And I'm going to get even more back.
She's nodding. She's nodding, but like, like okay.
Just like, you just wait. There's a thrill to it. He's like, look. And then he buys in again. He's like, look,
Mega,
Okay.
Mega's
play
gonna
this one
wander-
together.
Mega's gonna wander up behind him and put a large ale down in front of Crealis and Spaguglio, even though they're like half orc sized large ales.
Giant mug.
Nope, that's
Oh my
not what I
goodness.
Spaguglio is definitely used to drinking.
Oh.
he is okay with this.
Crealis takes little sips of this
And he said-
massive mug.
So he says, "Are you going to get in on the next round? We kind of just started dealing this one, but I feel like if nothing else, one of us will win. You don't lose at this game. I'm telling you, you only win later. It's not gambling if you know you're going to win."
Mega's
Cal-
not really paying attention. He's just like quaffing his ale.
It's gone.
Okay. So I
We going?
I look down. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to go. So
So
am I rolling first or is
yeah,
and I
you
guess,
you lost. You go first because you lost the first one. He rolled first the first time.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Okay, you got a 1. You got a 2. We'll do
I
11.
got a 4.
We'll do 11 instead of
Okay.
21 because it'll take forever.
Okay, I explained it properly though.
Yes,
Yeah.
To
you explained it
Crealis.
properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get
And
a.
how
So
many
you're at
dice are we
5 now.
rolling?
It's
Yeah, I'm at 5 now.
It's just like blackjack. You just keep hitting until you'd be either over or say. So you
Okay.
got a 2.
Yeah.
His second roll was
Okay.
a 2, so he's at 4.
Okay.
Should I
so I'm at-
roll?
Do you?
Or is it just one-on-one?
I think just 1-on-1.
Okay.
He's teaching you the.
Mhm.
So I rolled a 4, so I'm at 9.
Okay, he's gonna roll again with 4. He rolled a 4, so he's at 8. It's up to you.
Spaguglio's gonna look at Crealis and he's gonna be like, This is where your character shines. And he rolls again.
Oh no.
And he rolled a 2.
He's at 11.
Ooh, juicy.
The other guy
Nice.
rolled a 3, so
Nice.
it's 11 and 11.
Oh,
11 and 11.
no. Oh no.
So it's a tie.
it's a
No one
tie.
wins. Yeah.
Amazing.
You both will get
do
your
we
pot
just
back.
both-
Yeah.
Oh,
You
we
both
get
will
it
get what you
back?
put in. Yeah.
You
And
get
he
it back,
says-
or do you have to like go in again?
You know what? For the hell of it, you have to go in again. Double. Yeah.
Okay. So Spaguglio puts down 2 silver and he stares down the guy at the other end of the table.
Puts down another 2 silver. Gladly.
And he says, the difference between you and me is that for you that was luck.
He just kind of smiles and nods back and is like, you know what? Maybe you're right. We'll see what the dice say.
6.
3.
1.
Because you're at 7. He's going to be at 7 as well. 'Cause he's got a 4.
Okay. And then Spaguglio looks him dead in the eye. And he doesn't say anything and he just picks up the dice like this.
Yeah.
And he like spins it, but I can't do that and not lose the dice. 5. Holy shit.
That's
That's a
12.
12.
You busted.
12.
Yep.
Yeah. So you lose the
Oh,
the
no.
double down. So what do you
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And he's still staring down that guy just
Yeah.
to see if he loses.
Well, he doesn't roll. He just stays.
Yeah.
If you go over, he doesn't have to roll again. He decides to stay.
But Spaguglio's still staring him down and he's just like,
He just kind of stares back at
scared.
you and
"Who's
takes
too
the
scared
money.
to roll."
Yeah. No,
And then he
honestly, I get the money,
He
so it
looks
doesn't
back
care
at
if I'm scared or
Dallas.
not. And he just
he
gets
looks
up.
back at Crealis and he's just like I said, this is where your character shines.
So everyone has their drinks at this point.
Amazing.
Poor
Would
little
Crealis want
Crealis.
to do anything or no?
She's got one buy-in that I gave her.
Yeah, that I haven't done anything with.
Would Crealis want to do a buy-in?
I mean, she's got that 1 silver that Spaguglio put down for her.
Okay.
So
So sure, let's do it. So she sits
6.
across. She takes Gulio's seat. So we're at also a 6.
Oh, who rolled first? Just,
I guess the guy across from me rolled first. So they got a 6. You got a 6.
mm-hmm.
So you're next. You're at 10. And they're at 12, so they're over.
He looks
Double
at you and he's
sixes.
just like-
Crealis won.
and
2
he's just
silver.
like, do you feel it? Do you feel the rush?
So this is I won.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you won.
And he kind of the dwarf is sitting across from you, pushes the coins. You know that's yours, fair and square. And he kind of looks. He kind of looks at
Yeah.
Crealis like, "Don't let that guy take it from you. You won this one." And he kind of gets up and walks away.
She nods. She'll give the 1 silver back to Spaguglio. Says,
Sure.
Thank you.
Like, No, you take it. He's like, you're my lucky charm. We're gonna win lots of money.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
So at this point, Greg comes into the
You don't
tavern,
lose in dice.
sees you two over there, kind of shakes his
100%
head
victory.
at Spaguglio and Crialis, and kind of shakes his head a little bit, and is like, you know what, whatever you guys want to do. Gathers you all around to the table where Kava's sitting at. It says,
Where I've been sitting. I
Yeah,
saw
the whole
all
time.
of this, and
Yeah.
I am just like a little nervous about it, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say.
Kava, Mega's gonna offer you one of the 2 mugs that he's holding because he bought a round for everybody.
She's gonna take it and she's gonna sip at it, and just say thank you. I appreciate it.
so,
Okay.
as you all sit around, Greg takes a map of the surrounding area, kind of folds it on the table. So, what we're doing tonight is defending Vendfall, and the way Horizon Walkers defend is a move we like to call the false retreat. So, he points at a spot like 50 yards away. We have barricades set up there. Essentially, we're going to bottleneck them. We're going to go out to those 50 yards away. We're going to bottleneck and hold as long as we can without any casualties. We are we specifically make sure to retreat, because what we're going to do is we'll retreat when we need to another set of barricades, and then slowly, we're buying time. So we just go to 50 yards to the barricades, retreat when necessary, retreat again, all the way to the town wall. And that's pretty much it. We've run this play like a million times, called the false retreat. And that's what we're going to do. You're going to be with us. You'll be not like front and center, front lines, because you're kind of new to this. And we don't want you guys literally on the very front. But yeah, we're going to go set up once everyone's done drinking. Still have a little bit of time before.
Keeping
do
in
that.
mind that I'm new at this, but this seems like an actual retreat.
It's called the false retreat because we go like 10 yards back to another set of barricades and then attack them again.
And then
We
we
look
run
like
away
we're retreating. Well, yeah, and eventually we make it back to the town.
because we ran away.
Correct.
Okay. You're confusing me, but okay.
But it's called the false retreat because we do turn back around. A full retreat would be just running all the way back to town.
But we end up at. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll do it.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Makes sense to us. We've run this play like so many times. It's a really good defense.
It's like so good.
It's like so good. Trust me, guys.
We do it all the time, but they're never gonna see it coming.
To be fair, these are just like the very front zombies and skeletons of the army, so they have no clue. They're just gonna shamble. They're just gonna shamble across your guys' swords and everything.
Just
like walk into it.
on our swords.
Yeah. Simple and easy.
That's what Guglio likes.
Amazing.
Okay. So, once everyone's ready, everyone all good, we're going to go start this thing out. We're going to gather the militia. We're going to gather everything and go to the northern gate and make our trek out.
Do it.
Do it. So, you all go out to the northern gate. You actually notice, speaking of the different districts, Greg does kind of go, as you're talking, he kind of goes over the districts. You have your trade district, which is your upper left and also your main streets, because that would make the most sense for the, like on the main streets themselves would make the most sense for the shops. Your upper right is the middle class, is like the lower to mid class income, which actually is pretty much all the income now. Actually, lower right district, if you actually look, is in shambles and used to be, you actually look at the district and you see like remnants of a wall, which you actually can see the wall was kind of built out of. A very long time ago, Vendfall had a very upper class district that shut themselves in. Turns out shutting themselves in was a bad idea, and the shadow went through and essentially just wreaked havoc in the shadow's specific way on them, wiping out the entire district. A couple of adventurers actually came by a few years ago, cleaned that up, and Vendfall's been very safe ever since. But Yeah, there is no more wealthy district. You actually do notice that the wall was built out of the wall that you see around that district.
Hopefully this one works better.
Hopefully, this will definitely work better than that wall. Let's just say the shadow didn't go in through a wall. He just kind of made his way in there.
I didn't go in through the wall either.
That is true. That is true.
See? It built him taller.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And Craig just kind of like seems kind of lost in thought a little bit as you walk to the north gate. There's a group of militia there. They all kind of have formed up. Also, the rest of the Horizon Walkers are with you, are there as well. You guys all set up, and you go out to the barricade. You walk through the woods for a little bit. You see an opening, and in this opening, there are like literal like lines of barricades, just kind of set up as like fallback points. And you actually notice as you were walking through another couple specific spots that were like heavily entrenched. But you make your way up to the first barricade. Everyone kind of is getting set for whatnot in battle. Everything looks like it's gonna go great. Everything you want to do before the battle starts or before anything starts?
I just have a question about my character sheet.
Yes.
Where are the spell slots? I'm looking in D&D Beyond. It's like, how do I track?
Spells.
I only get, yeah, like my first level spells and slots.
If you
So they should be on your right hand side. So if you click on spells,
Yeah.
then it has your cantrips, and then your slots are right where it says first level to your right. At least it
So
should be
those are
there.
those are the spells, but like how many times can I cast? Because I would only have so many spell slots.
so
Not seeing your
So the
spell
slots are the little boxes. They should be there on the
He
right,
doesn't
just
have
across
little
Oh,
boxes.
so I have one first level spell slot then.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
possibly actually. Yeah, level 1 wizard.
You have a pact.
Warlock.
Yeah, you have a pact.
warlock.
spell
Yeah,
slot.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
a single
okay.
slot. You have a single
Yeah.
slot.
Perfect,
yeah.
perfect.
But
It looks like a
refreshes on the short rest.
checkbox because it's it says packed right,
Right. I
beside
haven't.
it. So it
I've
almost
never
looks
seen
like
a warlock
checkbox.
in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a checkbox.
Yeah, okay.
When you check that off, or when you hit cast on one of those, it checks it off.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. That makes sense.
We're good. I'm good.
Anyone else all good? And
Yeah.
all set?
All
Okay.
good. I
Mega's
believe.
got his mace ready.
Cool. So, in the distance, you hear and smell you hear first
Ooh.
and then smell a series of like shambling like moans, kind of like
We can smell moans.
nice. That's why I said hear first.
Thank you.
And like the clanking of bones kind of going. You hear the occasional command yelled as well from what you would imagine would be a necromancer. And in the edge of the clearing, which is not quite the map yet, that'll be very shortly, you see just like a wall of like zombies and undead kind of come towards you. And Greg yells, "Everyone brace. If we just follow the rules, if we all follow the plan, everything should be okay. I know that some of you are probably a little bit frightened, but everything will be okay. Just trust me, please." And like the militia kind of get their, you guys are standing back a little bit. You're not actually on the very front line, but you see the militia warriors kind of like get their shields ready in a wall, and the zombies. Let me play some sounds really quick.
So while you're doing that, would Spaguglio know
Oh no, it's gone.
much or anything about undead in general?
I feel like everyone would know a general idea of what undead are.
Except for maybe Crealis.
I don't think
Undead.
Maybe.
Yeah, if there are there. I mean, are there undead back on the where we came from?
undead exists throughout the world because necromancy, even though it is very shunned in this specific world, it exists, and pretty much everyone has a basic concept.
Okay, so like which is, but on the other hand, dragons are a lot rarer, I imagine.
Correct. Dragons are rarer. You have some people have an okay concept of it, but you do need to have a little more knowledge to actually know exactly what dragons.
Yeah, so probably
are.
I've heard of undead, but I've never seen or encountered any.
Right. That's
Okay,
pretty much
but Spaguglia would know a bit about them.
yeah, Spaguglia would. I think you need a little bit more because you're a warlock.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit more intricate idea of what an undead is.
Okay. It's not going to influence a lot. Just something I'm going to say.
Okay. Let me get this music playing since the bot decided to disconnect.
Kiva can probably like smell the death on the wind. And she's
Yes.
gonna briefly use her druid craft to like just kind of make a puff of sandalwood smell.
Okay.
Just to kind of
Just
like
kind of like, yeah.
cover up and
Combat.
perfume the air around to maybe because like it might be a bit distressing to those who are small and owlet like.
Hit me.
You do actually you had a very distinct smell, everyone, in your nostrils of the undead kind of coming at you, but it seems to kind of dissipate a little bit with the druid craft. Everyone's kind of a little bit okay. So,
Yeah, if y'all ever smelled sandalwood, it's so good.
there you go. Now everyone has the faint scent of sandalwood instead of the very foul odor of decay. So as the undead clash with the front line, they hold pretty well. Since you guys are in the front line, anyone with ranged, if you want to launch a spell, feel free. I wouldn't do like a first level, but
Yeah,
for
like your
thematic,
only
because this is
spell
still
slot?
kind of a little bit in the thematic. Yeah, because it's still kind of on the thematic side of things.
Can I short bow it?
Sure. You shoot a short bow. Give me a roll, because why not? We'll do thematic, so we'll do a roll to see if your short bow hits.
I'll go ahead and cast guidance on Crealis as I see her getting a ranged weapon in.
Is that
Is that a bonus to attack?
It might just be ability checks. Hold on, let me double check.
Well, technically, an attack
Um,
roll is an ability check.
No.
Yeah, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice.
Yeah, it's not
That's
an
not
ability
an
check,
attack,
it's an attack
yeah.
roll.
It's attack rolls and ability checks, at least in 5 years separate.
Well,
17.
Nice, you
Damn.
hit. You actually hit a zombie that looks pretty weak. You hit it pretty much right in the eye and it just falls back onto
Nice.
what looks like a slightly mounting pile of corpses that are in front of the militia. Anyone else want
Oh,
to?
the corpse, it's just bones.
There are bones
Nice
and also
shot.
corpses. Nice shot.
It falls back, and another bone like pokes through its rib cage from the back. I go, oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyone else want to just thematically do something?
Kind of just thematically, I want to just do like an Arcana check just to kind of get the vibes. I want to know like how
Vibe check.
powerful this magic is, like kind of the direction it's coming from, like if there are dead people around here, like are things gonna get re-rezzed again? I kind of just want to see
Sure.
what the situation magically is like.
Roll an Arcana
Um,
check.
Yeah, I shall.
It was an 18.
That's juicy right there. That's an 18.
The magic that that brought these things back from the dead is actually very powerful. It doesn't seem to be lingering on them. Like if someone dies, they're going to be probably brought back. Maybe like a person or two. You don't sense the extremely powerful magic that brought these things back around. You just sense maybe like a weak necromancer somewhere in the back. The magic that it's using is kind of there. But the actual being that originally brought a lot of these zombies back is very powerful feeling.
Okay. Do I get a sense of like direction of like where kind
the-
of maybe
Powerful being?
of the powerful man? Yeah.
Very far away. The way you kind of can get the essentially you sense the being that made it, but the beings that are at this point controlling the undead seem kind of on the weaker side in the back, that are just kind of shepherding them forward.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, off to the east in the distance, you see a magical flare just kind of go up into the sky, and Greg kind of looks at it and is like, God damn it. Why does that SOB. Always got to get himself in trouble. Okay, so new plan for you four. A good friend of ours was supposed to actually get here before the fight started, but was a little bit late. That's his signature flare that we told him to set up if he ever was in trouble. So we're gonna need you four to go help him out. Now, the way to him should actually be relatively clear of undead, and he also shouldn't need too much help. He just needs like a little nudge to kind of make sure he's okay. And I would do it, but I currently have, and he kind of shouts, "Put your damn shield up," to one of like the warriors. I have a little bit much on my plate right now. It should be okay. The way forward shouldn't be that crazy. The fight's here. To the east, there might be some of like outside undead that have maybe lost the influence of their necromancer, kind of just shambling randomly around. Everything should be fine.
Shambling.
Just kind of doing their thing. If you want to go help him out, that'd be greatly appreciated. You guys got this. I believe in you.
Okay.
He gives you like
Kiva
a
kind of just like understands.
yeah.
Like I
Go help
get
that guy. Got it.
Thank
We
you.
got to go quick.
He gives you relatively so. He can hold his own for a while, but that flare normally means he's surrounded, kind of thing, or in mild trouble. He's the kind of guy that will just kind of fight almost till he's dead. So we told him to put the flare up, even if he thinks he's okay, but probably isn't. So yeah.
Nothing is wrong here.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
Don't
Everything's
be
fine.
suspicious.
So
He kind of says, so if
You got it.
you just follow the road east, it kind of winds around a little bit, but if you stick on the road itself, you should be okay to get to that flare. If I can, because I'm pretty sure I know where that's coming from.
Follow the yellow brick road. Got it.
Yep, follow the yellow brick road. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
fabulous.
Okay, so
I think we can all jaunt there pretty
Megan's
deftly.
gonna run.
nice. Let me pause this.
What is everybody's speed like?
30.
I know Crealis is probably pretty speedy.
25.
Gnomes are
If I have
25.
to go on foot, 25. But if I can fly, 50.
Okay.
Is Spaguglio behind Mega?
Oh, no.
What do you guys want to do?
Almost,
Mega in the dark.
almost definitely. I'm not gonna run.
What do you want to do for marching order? As far as like when
Um,
combat comes.
I'm not
I'm
gonna try to be in the
above.
back. I'm not gonna try to be in the
So
back,
Mega
but
was
I'm
gonna-
also the
Meg-
slowest.
Mega was gonna turn and like start running towards the flare,
Okay.
and if he's going past Spaguglio on the way, he's gonna try and like grab him and pick him up.
Backpack him.
Okay.
I would say that I would have definitely started in front of you because I think I'm more important than you. So I would definitely be in front of you.
Nice.
I think kind of like this. Okay, I'm gonna actually switch scenes because now, actually, so every one of you players, if you would like to pop out chat and not look at the stream anymore, because they're going to be seeing the GM view.
Ooh.
Trust you all. Chat, like I said before, you're all great. You're not going to spoil anything. I believe in you.
Yeah, no spoils.
Can
no
I pop out
spoils.
chat?
Pop out chat.
I wasn't
Okay,
looking
got
at
pop-
chat.
Yeah, it's in the settings.
I
I'll
got
let
pop
you-
out chat. Yeah, I had to disable mod view to get it.
Damn you. Your mod view.
I think you can pop out chat in mod view as well, though. But
I couldn't find it.
there we go.
Just, here we- Okay, I got
Everyone
my
all
chat
good?
up. Yeah.
Cool.
Gucci.
We're switching over. So, you guys, as you're kind of running along, you find yourself on the road and you stop a little bit and you see in the distance it's actually kind of interesting. Kava and Crealis have pretty much been running with like their hand on one of you two to try and make sure, because they can't see in the dark very well, unless you guys
yeah.
want to light a torch or
Wait,
Everything like that.
neither.
I just perch on Kiva.
yeah. Perch on the other person who's blind.
Yes,
That works.
I
Yeah.
allow you to perch. You're
Yeah,
too precious
yeah,
not
yeah,
to
we're like-
allow to perch.
Yes. I feel like at some point, like I'm just like awkwardly bird hopping along.
Oh. And I'm just like, oh, honey.
Because that is what they see. Nothing. Okay, so you guys kind of stop in an area and you see in the distance a zombie kind of shambling forward and a unpause skeleton kind of shambling behind it, just mindlessly walking along this bridge.
What's the circle beside the tree? Like right around,
That's someone did a
That's a
thing.
leftover.
That's a leftover, and it
Yeah.
didn't actually let me erase it, so it's just kind of a circle that's there
It
now
didn't let
forever.
me erase it either, so I don't
Okay,
know.
I guess what I mean is what is the light here? I guess is what I'm getting at. I thought that
It's a
was the light.
torch. There is no
It's a torch.
object
Okay.
you can place in Foundry. So every light
Okay.
circle you see, so there's a torch, there's like a tall torch on the
Mhm.
bridge, and the little light you see is like a partially snuffed out campfire all the way in the distance.
Okay. Okay.
What would you all
So-
like to do?
I look over at Crealis, who I guess is on Kiva's shoulder,
Mhm.
and I'm
Sure.
quiet because okay, so I guess first of all, is it clear that those things have noticed us?
No, they haven't noticed you. They're just kind of
Okay.
shambling. They're like, "Ooh."
I look over at Crealis and I say,
The skeleton's like clickety clacking.
as soon as they get close, Kiki, draw your glow stick.
Kiki.
Eva, you feel like on your shoulder the talons just kind of like tense a bit.
Like just I'm telling you, these things they don't like the light, and that glow stick. I don't know what it does, but you'll be able to see better, and they really don't like it. So if they get close, just take out your glow stick and just
Just do it.
smack them. Just
So if
smack
we-
them with it.
So if we bring them into the light, they suffer.
Well,
You
they don't
might.
like the light. They don't.
They don't like the light.
Who knows?
Got it.
They don't like radiance.
Okay.
Radiant is good.
So Mega's gonna start moving towards them.
Okay. Which you
They
actually
have to
can move.
roll initiative.
Yeah, you get to, so your group's going to get to just about the beginning of that light. If Mega's first, he's going to probably make it to the square you see me on. Actually, I'm probably going to have to move you because
Please move us. Yeah.
there's walls. You can't actually,
yeah.
so it's actually kind of cool. I set up a wall so you can't actually like jump over that easily. I can because I'm the GM. Because I'm
Right.
special.
jeez, okay.
Wait, like you can set height like that in this? That's pretty cool.
So I actually had to
Well, no, it's an
draw a
invisible
wall.
wall.
I had to draw invisible walls along that.
Ah.
Which doesn't take too long. It's actually pretty cool because the tool's pretty cool. So you guys are going to be kind of there. Imagine Crealis is in the same space as Kava
Kiva,
for
yeah.
the time being. I guess I'll put Crealis a little
I'm
bit
in
further back.
the square above. Cool.
And
Yeah.
then,
We are. We're in the-
as you see that the zombie, as you kind of walk, the zombie probably made it to like here. Skeleton's about here, and another zombie's right here. You see another one kind
No.
of come out, and you all going to, they call it like look at you, and everyone's going to roll initiative, which I'm going to put you all in combat. Oh, you already rolled initiative.
Am I able to add? Okay, so I got to roll initiative in here. It looks like. So-
Correct. And
Hey, I
then
got the same thing I actually rolled.
I can do this because I've already rolled their initiative. Okay.
Oh no,
Wait.
I'm behind the zombies.
What?
By rhythm.
Okay. So first is Madman Mega.
So, as he does when he deals with most threats of any kind, Mega's going to move up to the zombie,
Nice.
and he is going to grab the zombie with his left hand. He's got his mace in his right hand, and he's going to grapple him.
do a strength, right?
Yes.
Strength contested by its strength. I'm just
Or
going
dex.
here. Strength or dex. It's a zombie. Its dex is much smaller.
I think the initial grapple is strength, and then escaping is either acrobatics or athletics.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So it is. It got a 13 for its strength.
Oh, no, it got a 6. I got a 13.
Oh, you got a 13. Sorry, because you rolled at the same time. It's grappled.
Nice.
It is grappled.
So I got a question about my amulet.
Huh?
Do I have the same spell to hit? It's like if I roll a ranged spell attack using the amulet as my 2-hit, my character's 2-hit.
You still have the same hit that you would.
Okay.
The only thing with that spell is like you have to roll a DC to see whether you actually
Yeah.
can cast it
Yeah.
with the amulet.
Cool.
So
Now grappled.
Is that your turn?
I think so, because I
Because grapple's
see, I
an
moved
action,
5,
correct?
10, 15, 20, move 25, and now that I'm grappled, my movement would be half. So that's it for me. Yep.
Let's do this. Okay, so next is Crealis.
So this area is somewhat lit.
Yes, there you are in a somewhat lit.
Crealis is going to lift off of Kiva's shoulder and flutter out this way. I can't because there's a wall.
Give me a second. I got you. Where do you want to actually go?
Can I put a mark? I'm not sure.
Like there-ish? Let's see.
One diagonal to the top left.
So right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can ruler it, can't I?
Yes. From where you were, because you were on top of Cava. You were, yeah, and you were good there too. Yeah.
And will take a shot with her short bow. Are they aware of me? Like actually, if I'm able to fly like around, so
Sure,
like,
you weren't quite in it yet.
like
so they wouldn't
there
quite
and
know.
then there.
And he's got
You-
50 as well.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet of flight.
Oh yeah,
So,
no,
like,
you could be like
and
out
around.
here.
And then
Right
shoot
here.
with presumably advantage.
Yes. Because you're not seen. That would be a surprise.
Then I'm going to go ahead
Plus
and
grapple.
Plus he's grappled.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Double advantage. No, it doesn't happen.
24 to hit.
That's a miss.
Nice.
Yeah. And
That hits.
and that's going to be. I'm going to just add my sneak attack directly into this
Sure.
instead of rolling twice, so it's just all together.
Sure.
So that ends up being terrible rolls. 6
Yeah.
damage.
Okie dokie.
It's a 1 and a 1.
Wow.
It's something.
It's something. It's damage. It's 6 piercing damage. I don't know if that matters.
Zombies doesn't
could.
have. Yeah. Not here. It looks like it does the same amount of damage. You kind of flutter around the outside
I think
of the
I think
light.
of skeletons.
Yeah, you're thinking of skeletons. Kind of like flutter around the outside of the light and then like shoot.
Mhm.
The zombie looks like he's caught kind of off guard as a arrow kind of sinks into its shoulder, like as it's like grappled as well.
Yeah.
The arrow actually goes through Mega's like fingers while he's grappling it, like a perfect
Like between the
little-
fingers?
Yeah,
Nice.
right into the zombie's arm.
Nice. I like this.
Next
Okay, yeah, and
is
that's
actually
Nice shot, Cree.
nice. The skeleton is next. He is going to take a shot with his short bow at Mega. That is a 23.
Ooh,
That hit.
ouchie.
Whew.
Ouchie,
That's
ouchie.
it's actually a crit. No.
Nope.
Wait.
It's a 19.
Plus
No.
2 plus 2. Okay.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or a
Okay.
19
it'll be
instead of a
green
crit.
if it's a crit.
Yeah, it'll show.
Okay.
up.
I just saw the 20 from 1d20 and I was like, whoa.
And you were like,
For 8 piercing damage. Jesus Christ.
ouchie.
Wow.
This is a skeleton.
It's bitey.
First combats are cursed.
The first combat I
next-
ever ran, the guy like basically died and it
Yeah.
sucked.
Next is the zombie, which is going to try and get out of the grapple, which is what did we decide?
It's
It's I think it's athletics or
acrobatics.
acrobatics
Okay.
contested against my strength.
It's going to do an athletics check, try and get out of the grapple.
I'll let you go first.
Athletics. A 3.
Nice. I don't think you can roll lower than that.
I could roll. That
No,
was a
I
2.
can.
But no, he
No,
can't.
no,
You're right.
no,
No, he
he
can't
can't.
because
Yeah,
he has a
the
plus
contest-
4. Even a crit fail would still not. He'd still be fine. Okay, and that's what it kind of like tries to. It tries to kind of like break
It
free.
tries to get
and you
away.
just-
Mega kind of like shakes a little bit. Like, hold still.
Yeah.
Shakes him.
Hold still. Okay, the other zombie is going to go. It is good. He only has 20 feet of movement, so he only can get to about here. Just kind of shambles around the skeleton, and then just kind of ends his turn there because he can't do anything else. Next is Spaguglio.
Okay. Spaguglio looks at the situation ahead of him and
Runs away.
he's like, and he kind of just like looks around. He's pretty sure Mega can handle himself with that one zombie. And he thinks that now is a really good time to experiment.
Oh, God.
And what is the range? Okay, the range is more than enough. Okay, so he puts his hand over the amulet that he's just gotten from FaZe,
Mm.
and he's going to try to cast Eldritch Blast on
Ooh.
the zombie that looks like he's trying to attempt flanking.
So do
So
your
like
DC.
not the grappled zombie, but the other guy.
He's going to hold out this amulet, and you try and cast a spell that you didn't have knowledge of previously.
Yes.
So you have a DC first.
Okay, yeah. 1 sec. I just got to check what gets
Yeah,
added
DC,
to the
is it?
roll of that DC.
Intelligence. So it's Arcana check.
Okay, so it's just flat int or Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay. So he failed and wasted his whole turn.
Okay.
Oh no.
First combat's curse.
So
Is what I'm saying.
he's like, what the fuck is this?
You like go to cast it, and you almost
It's
feel
broken.
the ability to cast through the amulet, and then it just fizzles out, and you kind of look at it, and you're like, "Why is it broken?" And just kind
Piece of
put it
shit.
away. Next is Kava.
Okay. First, I have a question for you.
Sure.
How big is a small campfire?
Maybe like 5. It would be a square, I believe.
It'd be a square's
Yeah,
worth?
yeah.
Okay. I want to use let's see, hold on, let me check my spacing too. All right. So I am gonna have to move this like once. Well, how hold on. All right, I'm gonna move 10 feet forward. I don't want to be too close.
Gotcha.
And tell me if I can do this because this is what I want to do.
Sure.
I want to use Druidcraft to just start a small campfire-sized fire. Ideally, I want it in between these two beasties, just kind of like right in between their squares. But if not, then we'll just get the one that is closest.
You can do it.
This
Yeah, you can do it in between the
nasty
two
guy.
squares. You can do zombie
Thank
and
you.
skeleton. It's like
Thank you.
nope. No, that's not actually going to draw properly. That kind of thing ish.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
so-
yeah, a little fire's gonna start burning.
Sure. I guess I'll make them do a dex check on their turn to see if they take damage. As it kind of starts to burn away. Which would be, I'd probably make it a dex save. That's good. They'll do a dex save now. Why not? Zombie token. Oh, I have to draw. I have draw selected. You do a dex save. And you do another dex save. The zombie
What?
crit. Okay, they both
Wait,
take
whoa,
no
whoa.
damage. What?
Does the skeleton actually have +2 dexterity? Holy
Yeah.
shit!
It's a challenge. It's also a challenge
Zombie
level
has
quarter
-2 and
creature.
its skeleton
It
has
has
+2.
+2.
When
Yeah.
all the dead flesh falls off, all that dead weight, literal
They're
dead
just
weight.
fast.
But you lack the muscles and tendons.
I mean, it's
All
also
right,
an
it's gonna be a
animated
little bit
skeleton.
That is true.
True.
Yeah.
Like, let's not go too deep into the science here.
Wait, this isn't factual.
What? This is a fantasy world? I
This is a
can't. I
fantasy-
can't.
Super Spady skeleton. Okay, Mega, back to the top of the round. This is going great.
Question.
Yes.
How tall is this ridge?
The ridge is probably like 4 feet up, 4.5.
Okay. So first things first, Mega doesn't appreciate the bitey arrow.
Yeah,
So, as what I should have done last time, I'm going to rage.
gotcha. Rage.
This can
Not
only end
sure
well.
where to set that.
I don't know if you set rage specifically. That's just something you have. And D&D Beyond, it lets you check
Okay.
off a rage from your
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah, it's like once every long rest, I think.
Well, he has,
And you just
he has
do it as a
twice every
bonus
long rest
action.
for now. Yeah, because it goes up per
Okay.
or at
Yeah.
certain levels.
Excellent.
He's a raging.
And then that gives me some damage resistances.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, which I should have had last time, but I forgot about it. So, and Mega's pissed
It
off about
happens.
that. So
Pass.
It happens.
It happens. It does.
okay, so I'm going to, since we've got some people with some range here, I'm just going to kind of pull the zombie one back, with me, move
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Since he's grappled.
Yep.
And then I'm going to shove him over the edge off the ledge.
He's going to do a strength check to try and stop that.
And it's
With
contested against my
disadvantage,
strength
I
check.
believe, because he's grappled.
Yeah, he
No,
has
you're not.
disadvantage, and I have advantage because I'm raged.
Yeah.
No, but this is not. I think it's not against you. This is just to see if the zombie hangs onto the edge or goes over.
Yeah, actually, that would be, yeah. So we'll do ability check for strength.
Oh, okay.
Because he's going over. He does not hang on. He just falls.
That's what
Oh.
you like to see.
Nice.
Yeah, throw him towards Creal.
Just
Okay,
boop
I am-
over.
There,
I
have
am-
one.
Many feet in the air.
Okay.
At least
At
7.5.
At least 6. At least 6.
Okay, so he doesn't take any d6 because it's not, except for every 10 feet fallen.
Yep.
But he does land prone. And is on the ground now away from everybody. And that is your
Got him.
Got him. Okay. Next is Crealis.
Well, Crealis sees this Zambi go flying over the edge. Is the Zambi prone?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because it's, yeah.
But if Crealis is up in the air and something is prone, like
So,
wouldn't that?
the
Because if
way-
you're like on the same playing field, that makes sense. But when it's
Yeah.
D&D doesn't calculate height
Yeah,
into basically
it's still
anything other than your
disadvantage.
I
reach.
know,
DM
but
discretion.
like
DM discretion. What would
Just
that
throwing
mean
it
in
out
terms
there.
of ranged attacks from the air?
Even a prone target, though, it's a different. It's
Different
still
profile.
a different target, and it's be more difficult to hit if it was like pressed
Okay.
up against the ground. So yeah, I would still disadvantage against prone.
And then Spaguglio looks over. He's like, "The glow stick. Use the glow stick."
The sword.
Yeah. You keep saying that like Crealis is willing to get within melee range. She's gonna try to target. Yeah, let's do this. This one. I'm hoping it's also not aware of her, and she can get a surprise attack off on it as well.
Yes. It was kind of still shambling in when you did that arrow and didn't know where it came from. It was just kind of
20.
so close to a
teasingly
crit.
close to
So
crits.
close.
Teasingly close.
Roll
Oh my
damage.
gosh! All right, let's not do minimum this time.
11.
That's
That's
so
good.
much better.
That's what
Oh
I
my
want to see.
gosh. That's actually minimum and maximum on
Yeah.
2 dice.
Yeah. Cool.
So we hit average. That's good.
So.
Well, you also had a +4, so.
No. I mean, no. That's average for her damage.
Oh.
It's 1 on the 1 die,
Yeah,
6
sneak
on the other
attack
die.
does some juicy damage.
Yeah. Sneak attack can do.
So-
Sneak attack does a lot of damage even after, because it also doubles with crits.
Yep. So that's why
Yeah.
it's like 24, 25. So
Good
close to
stuff.
the crit.
Yeah,
So close
yeah.
to the crit. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's and she's going to flutter like a little bit closer back, still trying to keep out of the light.
Got you.
There,
It's like
I think.
shots are just coming from the darkness. They can't quite tell exactly.
Oh, come
Yep, that's me.
Cool. Skeleton's actually going to go like this. He's going to make another dex check as he moves out of the fire. He's going to go try and fire a shot after that at Kava. Does not enjoy
How dare.
the dexterity
How
saving
dare.
throw. The 12. What's your spell DC?
Excellent question. 12 exactly.
Oh,
Oh, close.
Oh,
So close. So it gets out of the fire just fine, and it's going to make a short bow attack against you.
No, don't do it. I don't want it. Keep
Attack.
it away.
13? 13 hit?
Yes. That's
Okay.
my armor class is 12.
Damn. It's only for 5 piercing damage. It's still a lot of damage.
Okay, that's still a lot of damage.
The skeleton
for
kinda like-
Half your health.
me.
Kind of like
It's like a little more than half.
yeah, a little more than half.
Yeah.
Skeleton kind of like walks through the fire, readies its short bow right in front of the zombie, and shoots a shot right at you. Kind of like it doesn't go straight through your arm, but it grazes a pretty good amount through your arm.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Okay, so now we have this zombie. It's gonna move half of his movement, which is 10 feet, to get up, and then it's gonna go 1, 2, and it's going to do that because that's what it can do. And this zombie is gonna also make a dexterity save to try and get through the fire up to Mega. So you, this shouldn't succeed technically. Yeah, there we go. Roll a d6 for me, Kava. We'll do that for damage.
D6.
you can do
I want to
slash,
do that in
slash
Foundry.
R slash R space D6 should do it.
Yep. 1 damage.
What? No. Ugh. Whoa. Ugh.
Got him.
Why?
next time make
got
the
him.
fire hot.
Zing.
He is going to make an attack against
Making it sick.
Mad
Just remember,
Man.
technically, still better than Sfaguglio's damage.
It's true.
Oh.
And the attack is a
Damn.
9, so it misses. As the zombie kind of shambles, it kind of like loses some of its footing in the fire, and its right foot's a little bit on fire. So when it goes to make a hit, it's a little bit distracted by its fiery foot and kind of grazes like away from Madman.
So just to say, this fire, because it was cast by Druidcraft, only lasts for the round. So on my round, it'll disappear,
And be
and I
gone forever.
can do whatever.
Do it
It'll
again.
be
Gotcha.
gone forever.
I
Okay.
mean, wait,
Do
the
it
regular
again.
fire
Do it
still
again.
there.
Am I gonna do it again?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Next is Spaguglio.
Okay.
Can he do anything?
No.
I believe.
Wow.
I believe
I
in
believe.
Spaguglio.
I believe.
I fully
So,
believe.
I'm gonna go 5, 10.
He's off the map.
15, 20. Wait,
It's fine.
shoot. Where did I start?
You were right.
You were.
Right
Yeah,
there.
you were right there.
20. Just go. It's right there if you want to go 20, or you can even
I'm
go.
trying to get melee. I'm trying to get melee range.
You can go right in front
that.
of them if you want, or you can go down here to like 30
Yeah.
feet.
I'm
Well, you're
hoping.
25,
I'm
so you
hoping
can
to
go here.
be. So yeah, I've only got 25 feet of movement.
Yep.
20, 20.
If you want
You can go right
25, that's 25.
Yeah, you can go right there if you want.
There's actually a very good ruler.
It's a really good ruler. You can't. You can make it down here for 25 too if you want to go below him.
That's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to
Sure.
be in the middle of both of them if I can.
You're so
So
good.
am I
You
able
actually
to
went
do that
partially off the
movement?
map with that move too.
I know.
But no,
You are
that does
now in the
exist.
void.
You're down with the void.
Look at you breaking
That makes
the
sense for a
rules.
warlock. A warlock's in the void now. There we go.
So
Likelier than you think.
Spaguglio doesn't trust the stupid amulet anymore.
It's
He
not for the
thinks
time
it's
being. Yeah.
all hocus pocus bullshit. And he's going to booming blade that skeleton
Do it.
with his
Wow.
with his spear, which is actually, if you'll remember correctly, it's the 2-prong fork that you use for carving a turkey.
Correct.
So his to hit on that is 1 plus 1
Amazing.
rather.
Yes.
He rolls
yes,
an
yes.
18.
That'll hit.
Nicely,
And
nicely done.
So he's gonna roll, what is it? So 1d6 minus 1 plus 1d8.
Yeah, 1d8 center damage.
Okay. So that turns out
Oh no,
to
it's
be
if the target willingly moves 5 feet or more before
oh,
the start of
okay,
your
wait.
next turn, it would take damage.
Before the
That's how
start of
Booming
my
Blade
okay,
works, yeah.
so for his spear attack, it's
Uh-huh.
5.
Okay.
He rolled a 6 and minus 1.
That's pretty damn good.
And then yeah, should he move 5 feet before my next turn, he's gonna take 1d8 thunder damage.
Okay. Cool.
That's all
So,
I got.
top of the round, Mega. Do your thing.
Wait,
Oh, no,
Kiva.
sorry, Kiva. Sorry. Yep.
I was gonna say it's not the top of the
For
round.
shame.
It's not the top of the round.
My
So sorry.
feelings, you're hurting them. Just kidding. It's fine. I'm used to being forgotten.
Aw. Now I just feel
Wow.
bad.
I'm sorry. I had to just jab it in there a little bit more. So my happy little fire disappears on my turn.
It's gone.
Happy little fire.
It's capital
Bye,
little trees.
fire.
Bob Ross fire.
Oh, the Bob Ross fire.
What a happy little fire. That baddie is gonna have some thunder damage coming his way.
Nice.
Oh.
Ooh. But that baddie could use a little spark on his tushy. So
Whoa.
we're gonna what? We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Cast a small campfire's worth of fire right underneath
The one down
this
here.
little guy right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Just a nice little spark.
It's a nice little fire.
And
He's gonna make a dex
just a
save.
nice little fire. I am gonna move back here.
Sure.
However, after I do that,
The skeleton's not gonna hit you anymore.
because I don't like it when they touch me.
Dex saving throw. 12.
Yes. Well, no,
So-
that passes. That's my DC.
Your DC was 12. It's 12, yeah, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Again. Just barely. Again.
Shake
The zombies are
my
rolling
You're just not-
crazy. Minus
You're not
2.
quick enough at actually igniting it, but once it
Once
is
it's
ignited,
What's
They
just get
there
ignited.
is fine, but
Yeah. Now we're top of the round. That I'm sure of. Got that one right.
Yes.
Mega.
thank you.
Solid.
I had to move my fire.
All right. So Mega is going to, in his rage,
Right.
he has a zombie in front of him, and so that works as good as any. So he's going to swing at it with his mace.
Do it. That's gonna hit. 13 hits.
Ooh.
That's
That's
plus
pretty
2
juicy
too,
there.
because the rage damage isn't calculated with that, so it's plus 2. That'd be 12 damage total.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
plus an additional 2.
As
Nice.
you just take your mace, you just hit it right across the head, just literally bash its head in, and it just falls over backwards, dead.
Beautiful.
Solid.
No, that's the wrong one. That one. Death token. Okay. Next is Crealis.
Well, Crealis is going to go ahead and
That one's not prone anymore. But
come
can
back
still see it.
around here. Where is Kiva? Oh my gosh.
she's
Kiva's right here.
yeah, she's
Yep,
right
okay,
there.
cool.
Kiva's right here.
So you want to go back?
Kind of fly like
there.
right past Kiva's face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
can't see.
and fire at this one.
Which one are you?
Do I have advantage?
The
Which one?
This
skeleton.
one, I think.
The skeleton.
Skeleton, yeah.
Against a skeleton. That one is going to be smart enough to know that there's been arrows coming
Okay.
from the outside, so no advantage
I'll
on that
still get
skeleton.
sneak attack if I hit because
5 feet.
it-
That Spoolio
yeah.
is also within range. And you hit?
20 to hit,
Nice.
11 damage.
Not
Again, 6 and a 1. Oh
bad.
my
you
god.
just
Big swing.
shoot your arrow off. Ooh. It goes right in between the eye sockets and the skull, and even though it's not alive and there's no flesh there, it still just falls over dead. Just snuffs the
Nice.
whatever
Yeah.
life was left in it. It's done.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we have shambling zombie, just kind of 20
And-
feet.
Almost on fire.
Oh, he gets to do another dex check. That's right. So he's gonna move here, and he's gonna do a dex save. Do a dex save, a zombie. It's a 13. It succeeds as it kind of walks away, shambling its way up the river.
Why? I mean, I get it. It's just a small little campfire size
But still, it's a zombie.
fire. But like,
Why is it rolling so high?
zombie. Why is it doing so well?
So, Spaguglio, it is your turn. You kind of see a
Has
zombie
that
doing
one
a thing.
taken?
It's
has that
taken
one
some
taken
damage. It's
damage?
looking a little bit hurt.
Throw a dagger at him.
Like be disadvantage.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, daggers are
Uh,
20, 60.
So he's 45 feet away.
So yeah,
I've
that
got
would
a
hit.
+3 to hit, much better than my spear.
It's
That'd be
true.
amazing. Well, with your spirit would still be dex, so it would still be
It
plus
would,
3.
yeah, it would still be +3, even though D&D.
Oh, it
Indeed,
does not.
Rob.
It does not say that on my character sheet. It only says +1.
It
Yeah.
Nice.
should.
'Cause it's
Are you proficient
versatile,
with spears?
right. I'm proficient with simple weapons.
Probably. Then. Yeah, you're good. It would be +3 then.
The versatility is for the damage, by the way, not for the attack.
Yeah, but it's versatile weapons are allowed to use dex as well.
No, that's finesse.
Finesse is
you're
that.
right.
Yeah, versatile is
Yeah, you are
versatile.
correct.
Yeah, is different.
So I'm gonna throw the dagger.
Do it.
So that's a +3 to hit. I rolled a 10.
It hits. Did you roll with
Hey!
disadvantage?
Oh no, let's roll the second one. The second one was a 20, so that's a hit.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Because the-
Damage.
Damage.
10 was a hit, right?
Yeah, 10 was a hit.
Okay. So 1d4 plus 1. 2 damage.
Nice. You kind of throw your
Cold damage.
throw your dagger at the zombie as it's kind of shambling back up and around towards you.
I yell, eat shit.
There isn't a lot of force behind your throw, but it does make it far enough to nick it. It kind of like takes a little bit of flesh off its arm as it falls to the side of it.
Oh, so it's on the. It doesn't get embedded. Of course not.
No, it wasn't enough of a hit to actually get
Yeah,
embedded
yeah.
in it.
Valid.
Now we have Kava. You
Oh, my
can't
lord.
see the zombie. I don't think,
I
right?
can't.
There is a zombie out there, and
I
you
don't-
heard the
I
dagger hit
don't
the ground.
know.
You could, because you would know where it generally is, you could make a attack with disadvantage on it, kind of like a versus an invisible target where you would know if you wanted to, or you can just start throwing down
So-
campfires randomly.
Here's the thing. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. You said there was like a torchy thing in this area, correct?
Yes, essentially like right where that
I'm gonna
tree
go-
is almost.
Yeah.
Here.
I want to go yeet it out of the ground. Well, let's see if I can.
Sure,
Yeah, I can.
because I'm
I
gonna
can
actually
at
just
least get there.
take this token away because that's not actually, it's just on the ground. They're gone.
And I'm gonna pick it up.
Sure. Do a strength check for me. Or do athletics. We'll do athletics.
Okay. It's not gonna be too bad. I'm a beefy girl.
Yeah.
Athletics.
You pick up that torch and you just yeet it.
I wasn't gonna yeet it. I was just gonna.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't yeet it.
oh,
Sorry. You're
I
holding
mean,
the torch.
I guess I can yeet it.
It's up to
I
you.
wasn't planning on doing that.
Just eat it.
Throw it.
So you pick up the torch and you're holding it. If you'd like to throw it, you could, but you don't have to. You can just keep it for light.
I don't think so.
It's now
I like to control my
on your
fire.
person.
Why
Okay.
it only lasts one round?
It is also like, I guess, yeah, you're also in a forest, so it could just light the entire thing on fire by yeeting a torch to the
Do
The
it.
ground.
magic fire gets put out when you want it to. Regular fire, trickier.
Not so much. Okay.
If it gets too big, then my druid craft can't just douse it.
So, top of the
I
round.
was just gonna come pick it up.
Yeah. Top of the round, Mega. You can see because you have dark vision. You can see that. I don't know if you have any ranged or if you
Right.
want to just like do your thing.
Mega is going to. Can I just jump down the 4 foot?
Yeah,
so
it's
gap
small enough.
and-
You should be okay to like just kind of
Okay.
run yourself up over the gap.
Okay. All right. So runs up to him. Ah!
Rah.
Whack
Do
him
it.
with the mace.
Hit him. Take him out.
You can do it.
It still hits because it's a zombie.
Hey.
9 hits.
All right.
You hit him 9 times.
That's not how that
That's
works.
how you work.
Oh, if only. Oh, if only.
Jesus. He is.
Nice.
Nice.
You just like smash him on the side, right in the wound where the dagger left, like a little shaved off piece. It is barely alive. It is like almost knocked down to the ground, kind of alive, and lets out like a big zombie groan.
And I shout out to Mega, who still has an object interaction. If you see a dagger, go pick it up.
Mega's also raging.
Do I see it?
He's also raging.
Do I see a dagger?
You're not gonna be able to see a dagger this time because it's a dagger in like the forest, and you're raging. You are
Yeah.
focused on that creature in
I'm
front
still
of
gonna
you.
yell it at him though.
Oh, sure, you can do whatever you want.
Makes sense.
Okay. I can still do that. Next is going to be Crealis. Or, actually, before that happens, Smaguglio, you notice there seems to be a figure slowly approaching you across the bridge.
So, did it, how
Almost
did
like
it
a
enter?
shadow moving across the ground.
So,
How
so
did
it
it
looks
enter
like
that?
a shadow moving
Yeah.
across the ground.
Yeah. How did it enter?
Like, did it just kind of like sliver across the ground and then now I just
you
kinda see
can't
it?
actually hear my you can't hear my rolls, can you? Because the mic doesn't pick it up. I've been rolling every single time on that initiative to see if it's still stealth, and it finally just broke.
So like, is he just kind of like slithering across the ground, and I just see him now? He didn't.
Oh, it's
just
like a
appear-
shadow, and out of the corner of your eye, you actually notice that there's a shadow moving across the ground. Not like a fire, like not like a dancing shadow from the fire, but like a deliberate movement towards you.
Okay. And Spaguglio's not gonna say anything initially because he had a lot to drink.
That's fine. It is Crealis' turn, and Crealis does not see
Yeah.
this.
No. Crealis kind of nervously unsheathes her short sword.
Moonlit short sword, yes.
The shiny sword.
Now you have this and that and update token, and everyone should be able to see that. Or can everyone see that?
Yep. Well,
Yep.
I can.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone should be able to
slowly
because you actually
flies-
show that light.
I can't move across the wall.
I got you. Where you want to
Thanks.
go? Like there?
Oh yeah. How much was that? Let me see.
Or you can go like here and you can still see it if you wanted to, because that was like 15 feet.
Slowly flies that way. And sees it barely standing, and Mega is right there, so she'll actually keep going.
Sure. How far you want to go? Oh,
Um,
you got it. Oh, I just did that. Whoop.
whoa,
Wait a minute. There you go.
you
There you
know,
go.
Oh
You're
wow!
there.
we're good.
There you go.
We're good.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you gonna attack it with the sword?
and kind of comes behind and will attack with that, like pull out the other short sword as well, and will attack with the two short swords.
Nice. Do it.
So
Are we playing with flanking? I never asked.
I don't normally play with flanking because 5e's AC is a little bit on the low side compared.
yeah,
To
flanking is definitely a
yeah, I didn't normally do
difficult.
it,
So not advantage for sure.
but you still get sneak. You
Oh my
keep on
gosh.
getting so close to crit.
Let's
So
go
close to
ahead
crit, but
and
like
roll. So 10 damage.
You kind of float up behind it after pulling out your bright sword, and you just like stab it right through the center of mass, and it falls over a little bit against Mega and then down to the ground, dead.
Okay.
Mega just beat
Yeah.
that
She
crap
kind
out
of
of
starts to raise the other sword up as well, and like sees it falling.
it. Nice.
And will start going back this way. Start
Okay.
flying back.
So just out of
Out of
curiosity-
curiosity.
Yes.
Oh, no, Dinsey, your curiosity first.
So much
please.
curiosity.
Thank you. So much. We are very curious. How much curiosity?
Curious.
As the the light kind of is shining, and as I fly by this way,
Yeah.
with my passive perception, do I notice the dagger glint?
Oh yeah. You do see the dagger. It's not super hard to see. It landed not in the river. It's just kind of off to the side a little bit. But Mega was very focused on this, raging at the zombie, so he didn't
Is
quite.
it close enough for me to kind of like snag with a talon
Yeah, you can totally
with my
snag
bonus action? Okay.
A good luck charm.
it. My good luck
Gosh.
job.
Oh my gosh. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. That's my turn. I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
After all that time I spent
Googlio.
teaching you.
You
So
I'll
Spaguglio.
tell you
see
something
this
like-
shadow just kind of
Yep.
moving across the ground towards you. It does
Mhm.
look like it has deliberate movement towards you, unlike the shadow from the torches and all that, which kind of dance around in the nighttime. This is deliberate.
Okay. So Spaguglio's gonna go 5, 10. He's gonna stop here for a second,
Yeah.
and he's gonna look at Kiva, and he's gonna say, "Look, there's a shadow over there. You got to cast some kind of light magic." And then he goes 15.
And
20,
as you
25.
leave, you're gonna just feel a touch of guidance on you.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't do that.
can't do
Oh,
that.
Shit, it's not
Yeah.
my turn. Man, I wish. If only. It's fine.
If only.
So I get over to here,
One down.
and is this that's a self. Okay, so I'm gonna use Burning Hands in its general direction because it should be within a 15-foot cone of me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that with the game, but
Burning hands. Oh, you mean the cone? It's within the 15-foot
Yeah.
cone. I don't need to
Okay.
do the measurement because it's not like
Okay.
close or whatever.
So
Sure, right there.
it needs to make a
Now you see.
it needs to make a
Dex save.
DC 13 dex save.
It fails.
Okay, so it takes 3d6 fire damage, assuming it's not resisted or whatever. Let's see. And the fire ignites any flammable objects in that area.
The wood's made of the bridge is made of stone as far as the walls, so you're good. That area doesn't have any.
That's 11.
Okay. So you shoot out burning hands like in a cone of fire, just kind of shoots out in front of you. The shadowy figure does seem perturbed by this, and he kind of like raises up in like a humanoid figure at this motion, as it noticed that it's been noticed, and it. You do notice that it seems to take slightly less damage than you were expecting it to. You let off good burning hands, but it seems to be a little bit like it shook some of it off.
Yeah. I feel like Spaguglio expected that. Kind of.
Possibly. I mean, you are a magic caster. You might expect. I guess you would gamble that certain things might be resistant, like certain things you don't know might be resistant to your spell.
I definitely assumed that light damage was the way to go because shadow.
Burning hands is fire.
I guess I
right?
don't. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning hands.
I don't
is
know
fire
I don't know
damage.
if I knew that fire would have resisted it, but I definitely fully believe that light beats shadow because obviously,
Obviously.
like that's how you get. Yeah. That's the turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kava.
Yeah.
It was
so
briefly lit up
with-
by the fire, so you did kind of see the shadow a little bit as the fire kind of went out in his
Yeah.
hands. Yeah.
However, I am going to take myself and that happy little torch
Gotcha.
with me over
It is
here.
very lit
So I
now.
can get a better look at it. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta see what I'm doing here.
Of course.
And then I am going to cast Fairy Fire on this creature here.
Nice.
Shit.
So it's gonna it's gonna be cast so it's gonna be surrounded by this like soft white light, like a starlight, almost one could say. And so any creature in that area when the spell's cast is outlined in this light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. So it does need to do a dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens if it makes that dex save or not.
That's 20.
Damn.
Dang.
It succeeds.
Well,
So just kind of like
No.
fizzle out.
Shit.
Then-
That's a good idea.
yeah, it just kind of fizzles out, unfortunately.
Kind of reach your hand out and do
Really
your
cool
your
if it
fairy
works.
fire. The fairy fire kind of goes around it a little bit, and then it almost like shakes it off. It moves back a little bit outside of
Yeah.
its range, and then moves back in.
Yeah, the little starlights. They're kind of like little starlights that were gonna kind of like gather around it, and they're kind of just like
He just kind of the shadow just kind of like shakes it off. Mega.
Spaguglio just kind of says, I think we should do the fake real retreat thing now.
Oh, you guys are fine. You haven't even been
False
damaged,
retreat.
Peculia.
I don't know what it is.
You're gonna be able to go up to the bush, Mega, or like just maybe like see where my cursor is because you have to climb the 5 feet, so you're gonna be able to do 25 feet of movement.
Okay. Well, it's 4 feet high. Can I take that as at a leap?
How does jumping work as far as action?
Because you
Or
would have
no.
to roll for it. It would be an action,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Or
think it
wait,
would be
you're- If you're gonna make him roll for it, it's an action. But if you're gonna go with if you had a running start and then do the calculation, then
I mean,
it's
you
just
do-
movement.
you could do the running start high jump.
I mean, if you want to get all the way up, you could probably also just dash and make it.
Right.
But then he wouldn't have attacked and maybe not taken damage and lose his rage. I'm not gonna metagame anymore. You do what you
No,
want.
that's what I'm going with. Because if I can, okay. So
So you have
here's
more
my
than 10
question.
feet of movement, and as far as the calculator goes, you can jump up to 7 feet off the ground with a high
Okay.
jump.
All right. So what I want to do, and tell me if I can do this,
Sure. Tell me what you want.
is on a run, kind of, jump up, roll and pop back up to my feet, up to, this area.
Yep.
And if I can, I want to grab the dagger from my belt and throw it at the shadow thing.
So we'll do it in two. I'm gonna do this in 2 rolls then to see. So you can definitely make the jump. If you can actually grab the dagger while you're rolling, do an acrobatics check for me, and then I'd have you do a hit if you succeed. Sure, it was just a DC 10, so you're good. Roll for your attack.
Right.
Because it looks cool. You essentially running jump up the cliff, and as you're like doing a tuck and roll, you grab the dagger and then throw it at it.
All right.
Because damn it, I like it. You hit. The dagger does hit.
Nice.
Nice. For 7 piercing. So you do your thing, you do your running jump, do your roll, throw the dagger at it. It connects with it. You do notice it does do slightly less damage than you expected it to as it connects. So next is the shadow. Who's going to come up here and attack Spaguglio.
Okay, good. I didn't want it to attack me.
He's gonna do
Okay. Baguglio's got this.
his thing. I'm gonna look at that real quick.
He's too stubborn to die.
No, that's unlike. Did I already like? I already linked it.
Yeah.
Okay, attack. So
gonna
it's
hit.
16 still hit, and does 4 for a hit, and then it does what 2d6 plus 2 necrotic damage. So that's 7. That's 7 necrotic damage.
7?
Yes.
Oh no.
And your strength
Okay.
score is reduced by 2 as it kind of starts to
Is that
sap
a
the strength.
permanent effect?
It's after a. You don't know. We're gonna
I
go
would like
with
to
that
use my
route.
reaction.
Okay.
I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke.
Sure.
Yeah.
It has to make a dex saving throw.
No. Bad.
Bad shadow. Go lay down.
Oh my gosh.
It's high dex.
It's still going to take half damage.
Right.
Or
Hellish
2
Rebuke still does
D10.
damage. So yeah, it kind of like slithers up to you, and as it kind of like reaches out its palm, and as it kind of pulls back, you just feel the strength start to drain out of you as you get weaker and weaker.
Okay. And then I just. How does Hellish. I point my finger at him,
You're like, no.
and then he's surrounded by kind of like a. And
Yeah.
then like hellish flames come out of the ground and give him 9 fire damage.
Is that with the resistance? Or
That's,
with
no,
not
that's
resistance, with
just that's what I rolled.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
So 4 would be half.
and then
Yeah.
half of that would be
Damn, he's actually got resistance.
Yep.
okay.
I also don't think
and,
that was
he
the
looked-
finger that Spaguglio used.
No, he used another finger. He definitely did.
And he looks back at definitely Kiva, who is the other magic user, and he's just like, "Go away."
Oh, she planning on it.
Okay.
Get away from me.
So next is Crealis.
Oh goodness. So there's a shadow that kind of has materialized?
Yeah. So as far as you saw, because you couldn't quite see it once Keva brought her torch over, you saw a like humanoid shadow, and then on its turn it slithered kind of over to Rufus, pulled like pushed, not, held out its hand and like pulled back.
Mhm.
And as it pulled back, you just saw Spaguglio
Okay.
just like
Okay. So
weaken.
Dementor. Cool.
Similar, yeah.
Essentially.
It didn't breathe
They're
in
all making
anything. It
it
wasn't like,
eventually.
but it was just like its hand just took it.
She's gonna not get close to it, and so she'll fly over here.
Gotcha. There are no walls on those cliffs, so you should be good.
Awesome. And sheath
Oh,
her
shit,
blade.
I made a mistake. You can take back that fire damage. I only have one spell slot, and I already used Burning Hands once.
Damn it,
So
Rufus.
she doesn't actually take that damage, and Spaguglio's a loser.
Nice.
Okay, 0 and
Shit.
0. Update token.
I'm assuming it's aware of me though.
Yes, it did see you.
So let's go ahead and 12 to hit.
That meets it, so it beats it. Yep.
Whew. Ten piercing damage.
So you shoot your short bow. It goes into it, and it seems to stick. It does do a little bit less damage than you expect, but it is looking like you almost see the shadow start to dematerialize a little bit, like it's looking rather in pain
Mm-hmm.
after that hit. And now we have Spaguglio. It is your
Okay.
turn.
Did you say this was a humanoid?
It turned into a humanoid shape. So it's a shadow, so it's kind of amorphous. But it did when it came
Okay.
out of the ground. When it noticed that you saw it, it came out of the ground as almost like a humanoid shape, and then started to.
So I can't charm person it though.
I mean,
You could
feel free to,
try.
You could try.
you can try with your level 1 spell
Gonna
slot. that
gonna
you
give
use.
you.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's also.
cantrip. Oh,
Charm
shit,
Charm
I already
person's not a
used that.
cantrip.
Damn it!
Oh.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Damn
not
it.
a
Person is
cantrip.
so not a cantrip.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna? No, it totally is. Guys.
You know you're gonna.
Friends
You know when you
is a
ask that you're gonna
cantrip.
get the traditional DM answer.
Friends is a
You can
cantrip.
try.
What are we gonna?
Use your amulet.
It is looking rather.
I'm
hurt.
trying.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna.
What if I may make a suggestion? Shock and
Yeah.
grasp is always solid.
Yeah, I think warlocks can do that with the amulet. Through the amulet, you could do that, even if you don't know shocking grasp. That should be
I
a
don't
spell.
If
see
you
it. I
want-
don't see it on my spell list.
Oh,
I don't see shocking grasp. But we're gonna go with a good old fashioned Eldritch Blast. I feel
Roll
like force
your
damage is the way to
Arcana
go.
DC first.
Arcana.
if you wanted to hold off, I could give you guidance on that. But
You could hold your entire action
you-
until
But you do.
But I mean, I can just do it again next turn though. It's a cantrip.
that is true.
So if you give me
If you're
guidance,
alive.
I can do it again. Yeah,
You're
I
pretty
kind
close
of.
to the beastie.
And if I move away, I'm gonna get an opportunity attack and definitely go down. So
yeah.
I gotta do something.
Smack it.
My Arcana check was a 19.
Nice.
Ooh.
That means you can cast Eldritch Blast. Eldritch.
Okay, so
It's
spell
a
attack.
save or is that an attack? It's an attack, right?
It is an attack. That's a 15,
That hits.
and 1d10 force damage is 5.
Cool. You kind of take up your amulet and you like look at it a little bit, and then you hold it out. It's inciting or saying the words to the cantrip Eldritch Blast without really knowing them. You kind of let the amulet tell you what to say, and a blast
Okay.
comes out through it. You see it do full damage, and the shadow just dissipates. Dead.
Okay.
Nice.
And now we're out of combat.
And now we're out of combat. Huzzah! I have a torch.
That's dead.
Baguglio kind of like puts his hands on his knees, like,
Nice.
oh boy, getting too old for this shit.
So Mega's gonna
Now that
come down
now that-
out of his rage.
Gotcha.
yeah, now that we're out of combat, can I do a quick Arcana check to see how long that strength spell?
So yeah, do
How
an Arcana,
if
do
it
an
lingers
Arcana
or
check
does
for me.
permanent damage?
Sure.
Yeah. What? Oh Lord!
You It's magical, that's for sure.
Just hold on. She's gonna tell me. I'm gonna look at Kiva, and she's apparently going to lie to me, but I'm gonna be like, I just feel like all the strength's been zapped out of me. You know, I don't know.
Walk it off.
Do you do magic and
You
shit?
should be fine with a good night's rest.
Okay.
The confidence.
Kiva said should.
Her conscience is clear.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have
be
to find
fair,
out.
Just because when she rolls low, it doesn't mean she's lying. It just means
She doesn't know.
She
It's
believes
magical.
it.
Yep.
She
It is
believes it. You're telling me what you believe to be the truth. The problem is it might not be.
That's probably
Exactly. That's why she used the magic word should.
Should.
The only one that read the contract throws in the word should.
Hey, have you seen her intelligence score?
So
She ain't dumb.
With his dark vision, does Mega see anything else coming shambling down the pathway towards them?
It looks completely clear. It looks like the path should be clear for at least a little bit. From what you can
Okay.
see.
So Spaguglio says, I guess I'm gonna go get that dagger.
Is this your dagger? And Crialis, who's like fluttering nervously, just kind of above your heads, drops the dagger in front of you.
My lucky charm.
She flutters a little higher.
I love how she's uncomfortable. So we were here for a dude, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we gotta
and we have
keep
not
going, yeah.
seen said dude.
You do
Yeah,
in the
so
distance
Kiva
see
is gonna-
another flare actually come up that seems closer, like a pretty good deal closer. You're close. You're definitely close at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kiva is definitely gonna start charging forward with the torch.
Okay.
Because some of us can't see in the dark.
Yeah, Crialis is going to stay on the like outer edge of it and the
Right.
back.
Now we get to see how I do this.
Spaguglio is definitely near or in the very back. He's not feeling so hot.
So
Kiva's not exactly feeling super healthy either, but like she just wants to get this done.
Hmm.
Spaguglio feels like he might pass out here in a couple seconds.
You do all have one healing potion.
It's
Yeah,
true,
but
it's true.
those are worth something. Spaguglio's not.
Wow. Spaguglio is not
funny.
worth any- What?
No.
Wow.
Mega will be like, "Oh, you're tired?" And he'll grab Spaguglio by the backpack and like lift him up and put him on his shoulders like a dad does to like a 2-year-old.
Amazing.
Aw,
He will not say no.
precious.
He
I
will
love our
not
little
fight
ones
that.
and
Yeah,
our
it does
big
not-
ones.
Does
We
not
just have
have.
big ones and little ones.
And then Mega will take off at a jog after going after Kiva.
Okay. I need to see how to give you all permission on the next scene.
This is fine.
This is the fun part.
Yeah, technicalities. So fun.
Yeah. I love that.
And as we're running, Mega's gonna like poke at the arrow that it's in him and see, try and pull on a little bit, see if it's barbed or not.
Whoa.
No, it's fine. You're all gone, so you see no vision anymore. I got it. I think I remember what I'm doing. Configure.
I have dark vision.
All players. So if you all go to the top, I didn't say that. Just kidding. 1 second. Save configuration. If you all go to the top, you can now see shadow.
Yep.
Can you go over to that scene?
Yeah.
Do you have control of your character? Can you see the vision of your character there?
Oh.
I can, in fact, not see anything.
What? Woo. Should I be able to see that?
Yeah, you should. They're actually all in the light. Don't worry about it.
Ugh,
So you
I'm
can't
stuck at
see.
90%. Okay.
Does Spaguglio actually see that?
Concerned.
Yes, in the distance.
he is going to drink his health potion. If he sees that, he's definitely drinking it. If not, he won't.
So you guys don't actually see your character. You can't
I
see
see
the same
mine.
vision as your character, but you see. Do you see your dark vision?
I see
What do you see?
from like I see from my character, like I see.
Oh, so you have your full
that's
dark
60
vision.
foot.
Okay, so you're and
Yeah.
you see the beef the big boy out there, and
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
other
the big
figure.
I see
Scary.
everything over here, and then I see like a black line right here because
Okay.
that's where my dark vision ends.
Didn't you said you didn't see? Do you see
Well,
your?
I mean, I see the circles of light.
Okay, but
there's like
you-
it looks like 80. But
Is there
I
a
am in the
small
dark.
circle by Kriya? Okay, but yeah, you're like the tiny. You see your tiny little vision. I just need to give a torch around Keva, and we'll be good.
Yeah, I don't see Kiva's. I don't see Kiva. at
Boom.
all. Yeah, there we go.
There
Okay.
it is.
So you drink your health potion. You all stumble upon this scene. It's a very strange scene. Very scary.
Potion of healing is 2d4.
As you kind of walk your way forward, even with the light, no one really seems to. The figures in front of you don't seem to pay attention to you. You see a minotaur skeleton and I believe 2 other undead-like figures. They seem to kind of be staring down this figure that seems to be cloaked in shadow. You hear off in the distance. You hear off in the distance from the shadowy figure. It's really all you sent at me was a minotaur and 2 whites. How interesting. He has a sword in one hand, in his other hand, he snaps his finger twice. The 2 whites disintegrate into ash. The minotaur lets out a raging like roar, and as it charges, then you see the shadowy figure sidestep it, take its sword, slash across its midsection. You see the sword kind of glow with negative energy as this happens, like just pure, like darkness almost isn't actually a word for it. It is just straight up negative energy. And the minotaur just falls in half, like he cut right through the like spine onto the ground. You do get the sense that these are they did kind of attack this creature. He kind of like looks around. He notices. He kind of looks in your direction a little bit and notices the light. Not in the city anymore.
Can
dude.
I do a quick Arcana check again? I just want to.
Sure.
I'm curious what kind of magic he's using.
Sure. Do an Arcana check. What
That's
was
a
it?
bit better.
That is better. You don't know exactly. So as a, you know, it's extremely powerful magic what he used against the 2 like skeletal creatures. I guess I don't know if you would know exactly what they are, so I'll just call them like skeleton zombie creatures. He did call them, I guess he called them whites, so you know that they're a different type of zombie. The magic he used was extremely powerful. You don't know exactly what the spell is, but it did like instantly turn them to ash. And the sword, also you don't know exactly what it is, but you do know that it is a very powerful magical artifact.
Okay, so I know it's magic, but I don't know what kind of magic.
Correct. You know, it is very powerful magic.
Great.
So he kind
Did we
of
find out the guy we're coming to get? Do we find out his name?
no, I don't think they ever
Okay.
told you. All you knew is
What is his
he's a
name,
friend.
like, Bobby?
This is yeah. You had actually never figured out the name. He kind of like
Okay.
he looks at the body of the minotaur on the ground, kind of looks over at you, and is like, and kind of just like gives you a glance. And what might you all be doing out at this terrible hour? Can't you see there's a battle going on? Kind of just looks.
Baguglio puffs out his chest, and he says, "My name is Gary, and I'm one of the horizontal warriors. Who are you?"
He kind of lets out a little
We're
bit
all
of a
gonna
chuckle.
die because of that.
He kind of lets out a chuckle. Horizontal warriors. I never heard that one before. That's interesting. You're interesting. Gary, you said your name is?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he's still sitting on top. He's still sitting on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Right? He goes,
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah. Yeah. They call me Gare Bear.
Huh. Gare Bear. I'll remember that. That's a nice name. Nice to meet you, Gare Bear. And he kind of does a wave of his hand, another snap of his hand, and he kind of casts a spell, and he's like, "Whoa, that's light. That's not what I wanted to do. That's the wrong tool." Whoop! Just kind of appears over there, and
Mm-hmm.
he sheaths his sword, holds out his hand. You actually notice now you're up close. The figure in front of you is just shadow. Not like the shadow you saw that was an amorphous blob, but it is a humanoid figure that is just pure shadow. Its face, has anyone who's seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yep.
The
like
dwarf in the flask.
Bits and pieces.
Who has a very interesting face, like the eyes and the mouth kind of appear when it wants to make an expression kind of thing. You kind of see a smile just come across its face, and it holds out a hand to whoever will. And who might the rest of you be? Okay.
I'm gonna jump down off the shoulders.
Are you gonna ask? Are you gonna take his hand? Are you gonna give him a shake?
Yes.
Okay. You give him a shake. Gary, I've already met you. The rest of you, anyone at all? Just a traveler in the woods. I mean no harm.
Whether you guys want to or not, I'm kind of like making a gesture behind to like maybe run away. Because I've already been touched by a shadow once.
You noticed no
New
effect
CBS show.
when
Touched by a
you
shadow.
when you reach out your hand. You notice no ill effect at all. Not the same sign of strength drain. He kind of looks as he holds your hand and he says, "You've encountered a little bit of magic yourself, it seems." Gary, what happened to you? You look drained. Nothing.
You
Nothing at
know,
all.
enough about me. What are you doing here? This is a dangerous spot for a little man like yourself.
Oh, Gary, I like that. I like that so much. I haven't been called something like that in a very long time. Most people just kind of are afraid. And rightfully so. But you, Gary, I like you a lot. What am I doing here? I'm just kind of going through. I wanted to thin the herd of undead. They seem so unsightly here. Nothing that I really enjoy. And they don't like me, apparently, as you could see. They charged
my
me.
mindless servant behind me. He just kind of walks around passing out lickings. So unless you want to get a licking, you might want to get going.
I'm gonna, at this point, I am now gonna intervene.
Okay.
I am nervous beyond all reason. Not about the Shadow Man, but about Spaguglio and
Yeah.
about how much trouble he's gonna get us into.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Of course.
So she's gonna step up, offer out her hand, torch in the other, and say, Kiva Fear, Druid of the Stars.
Nice to meet you. It's been a little while since I've seen a druid, to be honest. There's not as many in this land as there used to be. The nightmare's taken most of them, it seems. Evil, terrible evil. Across these lands. You're not a dreamer, are you? You seem a bit too young in druidcraft to have a specialization. The meta.
I've been studying the ways of the stars since I was a child.
Okay. What have you seen of late in these stars?
In the stars?
Yes. I'm intrigued. Sorry, it's been so long since I've seen a druid.
Indeed. I've seen much chaos come to this land, which is why I have come here, is because I sense that there is an ominous presence that has disturbed the stars.
A noble act indeed. Well, lovely group of adventurers. I imagine no one else at this point. If you haven't stepped forward, you probably want to introduce yourself. That's fine. A little bit rude, but I accept it. Stranger in the middle of a forest who wants to talk to one of those.
Does the stranger have a name?
Just kind of call me Shadow. I haven't really been called by anything in a very long time. Just Shadow. Sometimes put
Well,
the in front of the
I'm
shadow.
sure a creature of your magnitude and power can come up with something a little bit more impressive. You do know how powerful names can be.
You also know how powerful no name can be. If someone says the shadow, the ominous feeling of that impact is all you need. Well, I am going. Yeah, continue.
At that point, like very quietly from the back, you hear, Mr. The Shadow, were those your flares?
No, I believe it's one of. I'm guessing by horizontal walkers, you meant the horizon walkers or horizontal. I don't even remember what you said, to be honest.
You
Um,
know who we are.
Just a little bit to the east, there was a flare set up by, I imagine, one of your friends. He was set to meet up tonight, as far as I know, with all your group, and he seems to be a little bit lost. Is that where you're all heading? Just a little bit to the east.
Thank you.
They're all of those lovely undead are dead now. Seems to be some loot over there if you want, maybe to help you on your journey. I'll leave that for you all. You all have a. I'm going to take my leave now. I have some very important business. I don't need anything that would be on there, but feel free to
Can
do
I
your thing.
make a? Is this guy gonna wreck us check?
Do you want to do
Insight.
an insight check to see if
I
he's
would-
telling you the
yeah.
truth?
Insight check. Can we all do
Sure.
insight check?
I would like to know if this guy is definitely gonna turn around and kill us. Yeah.
Do an insight check to
plus
see whether he's
0, plus
sure.
0.
I don't really care if he's gonna kill us. I just want to know if he is like being genuine.
I got a 15.
Even with the 21, it's kind of hard to read. You can tell that he's not being completely upfront with everything, but you don't think he's going to. You can tell that you intrigue him specifically.
He's suspicious to us.
But he is suspicious, yes.
My name's
Reasonable,
Mega.
reasonable.
You want some sheep jerky? And he'll offer him some jerky from his pack.
Sure.
Lord.
He takes a piece and eats it. It's delicious.
Eva tries so hard not to do a face. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
This is delicious. Thank you so much.
I raised it myself.
Oh, a sheep farmer. Out in these woods.
So-
Crazy what you see these days.
Mega kind of looks at Spoogly. He's remembering that Spoogly said, "Don't tell anyone he's a sheep farmer." No, I robbed banks.
Roll a deception check.
with like, yep, that's about right.
Fine.
He just kind of looks at you and is like, rob banks. Interesting. Well, I'm off.
And don't forget, I'm Gare Bear of the Horizontal Warriors, and I train people who first enter the city. No reason for me to say that.
He just kind of gives you this look of almost confusion. And then with another, snap of his finger, he's away with another spell. So you have these dead corpses over here, some potential stuff. They do all
Important
look...
to note.
What?
No, the
they're
dead
dead.
corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested into what they have. If they got anything.
You should
Worthwhile.
light those on fire before we go over there.
After we
The
do
two-
it, then I'll light it.
The two whites are...
No.
The two whites were turned to ash, so there is nothing as far as that goes. But there is more other things. There are things over there, but the two other things were turned to ash, and the Minotaur was cut in half.
Yeah,
Right.
but he's undead-ish.
Are we...
We're taking no chances.
It is on pause, so you guys...
Eva
I'm
doesn't
up.
care. She's gonna go
Do your
and
thing.
take whatever she can find. If she
Oh,
thinks
no.
My mom taught me rule number 5: pillage then burn.
That's what I
Good
Oh
rule.
no! Oh no!
Good rule. Good rule.
would like.
Moves the light. I need to move the light. I mean, you'll actually be in a lit area, so I'll say the torch just kind of stays here, and this will be like a super lit area now.
Yeah, the torch can be wherever. The torch is my friend.
Okay. Well, Spaguglio's gonna come over here by this tree.
Yeah, actually, good call. Creole kind of settles into the tree and just kind of watches.
Spaguglio definitely has street smarts, and he knows this is a very bad idea.
That's probably fine.
And he
Kiva's
before-
not dumb, but she also knows that these things are dead.
Okay,
undead.
so you go through rummaging.
Mega's
You
curious.
you find another healing potion because they're going to be
Perfect.
giving out like candy because you don't have any healing spells. It's like candy
No.
healing potion.
Mine tastes like
Any
grape.
candy
Yeah.
Mine tastes like
tastes like
burning.
cherry.
Yeah, that's because you thought it was coffee and
You-
heated it up.
Also do an insight check, investigation check because you're looking for more loot.
Indeed, indeed.
Ooh,
Can I
Who
do
rolls
one from?
investigation?
What is this?
Can I?
That's
I'm
not
like
fair.
kind of
Sure.
looking from where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not getting too close.
Sure, you can do an investigation check.
Oh,
Mega's the
goodness.
one
Yep.
that nice.
I'm staying in the tree. That's the problem.
The one with the +0's got the best. You do notice in the rib cage of the Minotaur there is a book.
A beating heart.
Nope.
A
A
book?
book.
I want the book.
Book?
Give me a book.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to? So do you give the book to Keva or do you keep the book for now?
Knowing Mega, he's gonna open it up and look at it first.
Oh boy. So you take the book out, and I guess I'll describe it to you right before you open it
Well,
up.
first, I guess,
I-
yeah. What does it look like?
Okay.
You know,
Both of the covers, both the cover, both the front and the back cover, you actually are noticing there are words being essentially continuously scrawled across it and then written out and almost like erased. The spine itself is essentially pictures of screaming faces going down the spine of it. You
I like this.
hear little
That's-
whisper
that's
as you
what
as
this
you
is.
pick it up. You hear little like
Mega's-
whispers in the back of your mind.
Oh,
Mega's dumb, but he's not stupid. So he's since Kifa's right next to him, I'm gonna be. He's gonna like hold it between his finger and his thumb. He's gonna be like, I think this is your area.
And she says, I think it is, and takes the book. Can I do a quick arcana check on it?
Sure.
It is magical AF.
You do know it's
It-
magical. That is
It's
true.
magical.
Even with a 7, you know
Um,
that it is a very magical book.
it is a book.
Yes, yes.
As you are
Um,
holding it, you almost hear the whisper starts to almost. The longer you hold it, the whisper seems to start saying the words "help me" over and over again, just continuously in the back of your mind.
Okay. As I'm seeing the words that are scrawled out, can I read them? I do speak like 5 languages.
Just do an investigation check because you're like investigating it as opposed to perceiving.
Please be good. Please be
Damn.
good.
No,
Look,
no,
I have so
apparently-
many additions on these rolls.
Right.
I have +5
The
and
+5 on the Arcana,
+3.
yeah.
I am smart, I swear.
So
Look,
apparently,
it's a new situation.
it's
Yeah.
not written in the stars. He was not interested in reading it.
It's true.
It's
You cannot
fine,
make
it's
Yawn.
fine.
any. They are being written and erased just too fast for you to be able to see. Actually,
Okay.
make it up.
I guess, I mean, with that 7, I know it's magical. I guess that doesn't tell me if it's safe.
Correct. As you, who has, what's everyone's passive perceptions? That's always the fun question to ask.
16.
Uh,
10.
Oh, 16. Jesus.
Where?
It should be
12.
12. Okay. Crealis, you actually notice that the two halves of the Minotaur are starting to make their way closer together and move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Crealis kind of swoops down and clutches Kiva's shoulder, and says, "Kiva, and points at what the body is doing."
And I'm assuming what she points
Yeah,
out, I can see
everyone
it.
notices that the Minotaur body kind of
Okay.
clicks into place. You hear a and you see the eyes of the Minotaur start to glow. Is there anything you want to do before? Because it's taking a little bit of time for it to. There's time to do some stuff if you'd like.
Spagoogle's gonna yell, "I told you so."
I'm so torn. I want this book. But I think the book is the problem. I want it. But Kiva's not stupid. She's rational.
As it
unlike
starts to
me.
get up, its hand starts
So
to go
I'm
towards its
dropping the
great
book.
axe,
I'm dropping the book.
Great
I'm
axe.
dropping the book. The book is dropped.
and it just puts both hands on its great axe and looks both at you. And everyone roll initiative.
See, the thing is,
Okay.
the book has nothing to do with this. He was gonna jump us either way.
If the book has nothing to do with it, then I'm taking the book. I want that book.
I thought you were gonna do pull a Tom Riddle's diary and stab the book, but
I'm not on the combat track.
My stabbing objects are
Combat
limited.
state. There you
yeah,
go.
valid.
And
Neither is Mega.
However,
Mega
that is
as
a good
well.
idea that
Roll
I
your
might
initiative.
try
Wow.
now that the
Wow.
book is on the ground.
Wow. Okay. Initiative.
So as Kiva was looking at the book, I was just waiting my turn to speak. But
Sure. No,
Mega
you-
was gonna
continue.
like try and take care, manage the arrow wound, and he was gonna shotgun his healing potion.
Sure, we can say you did that. That would have happened at the same time
Okay.
as the book was being like thrown to the ground and it was getting up. This does look like in a weakened state as it gets up. Just a heads up. But it is also still a Minotaur skeleton, so
Okay.
Apparently, Mega is just amazing at initiative.
yeah.
He is the
What a beast.
spryest half orc I've ever seen.
Better than this little owlet who was just fluttering around.
It's actually good work.
Or the gnome.
Okay. Did you take your healing potion? You roll for that.
I'm rolling for it right now. 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
All right. And how do I
That.
roll that?
/R space 2d4 plus 2.
4.
I'm gonna begin combat this time like I did last time.
Nice.
I was wondering what happened.
Nice.
Nice.
Some juice.
I feel much better.
Juicy milk.
You that put you at full health? Yeah, you were ready to go.
Yep, it sure did.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
And it's your turn.
Nice. I rage and I grapple.
Can you grapple thing? It's
One size
large, so
category.
you probably can.
One
Yeah.
size higher.
Yeah. Okay. Strength beats strength.
Damn.
And
I'm nervous about this one. This is
since
a
I'm
beef.
raged, I get
You get advantage, right? On grapple.
advantage. Yep.
Okay. Holy
Oh.
crap! It rolled a 1.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna grapple a Minotaur skeleton.
Wow, this is a
Amazing.
wet. As funny as this is, it's basically a wet noodle fight, though.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I love it.
Are you going to rage as a bonus action, or are you going to just grapple it and stare it down?
So I raged as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, raged and then grappled.
Oh, that's right, because you did
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah, that makes. Yep. Mhm. Gotcha. Okay, it's its turn, and it is going to attack what just grappled it, right? With its great axe. Oh god! It's a 7.
It misses.
It misses. It was just
What a
so
loser.
off put by the fact that this smaller sized creature than it actually has it grappled. It just like took its great axe in one hand and was like, eh, and then kind of like went really wide. Like, I don't know what to do. Next is Crialis.
Kind of like Crialis is like on Kiva's space.
Yeah,
I just have
yeah.
her back there. I'm going to put her actually here because that's more accurate in terms of closeness.
Gotcha.
And because she's right next to this thing, it is grappled. Does that mean advantage on attacks?
Grapple mean advantage on attack?
I
Yeah,
think
checking to be sure here.
so.
I don't remember.
No, its movement goes to 0, and so it can't move. But I guess you'd get I think you would get advantage since you. Does
Yeah,
he get you get advantage
conditions.
because
No.
I'm also
Restrained.
attacking it with 5?
Restrained
okay.
would.
Yeah, so it's a
be
grappled
something that
creature
would
speed
give me
becomes
advantage.
0, and it can't benefit
Yeah.
from any bonus to its
Crialis would
speed.
get sneak attack, but
Oh,
not
That's it.
advantage.
Yeah.
So, Crialis is going to take out her swords and just try to hack away.
Do it.
And one of those is the glowy sword.
Moon-touched sword,
Imagine
yeah.
that you have light around you.
Does that
Yep.
give any radiant damage?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm sure
It
it
is just
doesn't.
light.
It's just a glow
That's
stick.
a 12 to hit.
It does hit, just barely hits.
That's gonna be with the sneak attack 9 damage. Why is it so low all the time? And then I'm just gonna roll the same thing for the other sword with my bonus action.
That
21
hits
to hit,
for sure.
and that's just gonna be 1d6. That's 2 more damage, so 11 total piercing damage.
Okay. You kind of slash at it twice, and it starts to like drop down to one knee a little bit. It was already in a weakened state, and it just looks even a little bit weaker now.
Like in a flurry, like
Yeah.
fluttering madly
Cool.
above your head, Kiva. All right, that's it.
Now it's Kiva.
Okay, the ultimate question here. Do I stab the book or do I stab Tor? Do I stab the skeleton?
That's the question. The age-old question. Do I stab the book?
That is, a question.
I really like the book. And I want to study the book, so I don't want to damage the book. You said that it was looking pretty hurt.
Yes. It's looking very hurt at this point.
Okay. Very hurt?
Yes.
Then since we're close by, we might as well just do a little stabby stab.
Do it.
I have a Yickelwa here. That's a real thing, guys.
Sorry, a what?
Spell that for me. Use it in a sentence.
I stabbed it with my Yickelwa.
Okay, weapon.
That didn't make it any better. It's like a spear. It's like a spear, but a little different.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's like a spear, but a little different. So I'm essentially, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna.
It looks like a spear, but with a larger head to it, almost.
Yeah, essentially. How can I?
It should be under your inventory in your character sheet. You should be able to just click on the roll for.
Yeah, so it's not showing up there, and it also is not letting me click on spear because I was just gonna. Oh.
I got you. I can pop. Yeah, I can
You
do
got
that.
me.
For some
Look
reason,
at you.
if it's not showing up, maybe it's because I imported your character after we started. It wouldn't show up for you, but for me, I'm.
Yeah,
all
that's
good.
fair. Did it? The attack?
There's
I
an
thought I
attack
clicked it.
button there.
Did you not? Can
Yeah,
you not
I
actually see the
clicked it.
attack? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I must not be able to see the attack. Let me just refresh this real quick.
Sure. That should be okay. It should let it.
Did I hit?
Did you hit it? It hasn't
I
rolled
don't,
yet.
I don't see
Oh, it
damage.
hasn't rolled yet.
Or I don't see a roll yet.
Did you refresh the?
Yeah, I refreshed it and I hit the attack button again.
I mean, you could also just do /R d20 plus.
Yeah, I would do the. I would just do that
Yeah.
for now.
2 plus whatever your strength mod is.
And my strength is not too bad.
Not too shabby.
That'll be +2. Helps when you're tall. Oh, what?
Plus proficiency, so it
Alright.
would have been a 5, but it
Okay.
doesn't. Yeah.
This is fine.
Apparently, the stars didn't say attack.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I was doing real good for a hot minute, and now I'm upset.
You go in for a attack with your Yakawa, and it just kind of barely moves out of its way. This giant hulking minotaur in front of you kind of puts you off a little bit, and you go for an attack, and you just go a little bit too far.
You're
I'm
paralyzed.
distracted by the book.
I wouldn't
want
say
the book. I
paralyzed
want
at
the
all,
book.
but yeah, you want the book, and you're like, who cares about this minotaur? I want the book. Spagooglia.
I want the book.
So I have a cantrip that's casting time as a bonus action.
What is that?
It is magic stone,
Mhm.
Okay.
but I'd need to use the amulet to cast it, and the amulet is supposed to take a whole action, which would mean I then wouldn't be able to throw the magic stone. So
Correct.
I'm curious.
So the
So
amulet
that's how that would
itself
work?
is always an action, yeah, because of the way
Okay.
it works.
You'd have to prep magic stones in advance.
Yeah, you'd have to actually have
Okay.
magic stones.
Then we're not going to do that. Instead, we will just use Eldritch Blast. I didn't want to be that guy. but
You're gonna be
I'm
that
gonna
warlock
that
now.
guy.
You're
I'm
gonna be
gonna
that
do that.
guy.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
it's
that
good.
one
But I'm not
It's
putting any points
fine.
into it. I'm
Arcana
not
check to
putting
start.
points into it. We got 18.
That does it. Do your attack.
And now we're going to make a ranged spell attack. That's a crit.
Nice.
Yes.
2d10.
Let's see some
2d10.
Double
2d10.
dice.
2d10.
Double that dice.
Double one.
15.
Nice. You take your amulet out again, speak the words Eldritch Blast through it. It goes right into the center of the mass of the Minotaur, actually where the cut originally was, and it just falls back over dead. It was very
Perfect.
damaged.
I said, don't go near that thing.
Like actually dead. It kind of like
Like
crumbles
actually
away
dead, like
almost.
if I picked up the book.
As it hits the
What?
ground, it
What?
seems to also crumble into ash a little bit and
Yes.
drift away.
Perfect. That's all I need.
Spaguglio
I
kind
pick
of
up
takes
the book again.
he takes the amulet and he goes, I guess this is a amulet of Eldritch Blast. It's the only spell that seems to work.
It's true.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Kiva picks up the book and pockets it immediately.
Okay. Even in your pocket, you do still hear the whispers in the back of your mind saying, "Help me, help me, help me."
God.
Okay. Should have one more scene and then we'll call it for the night. Because you got to save your buddy that you don't even know is not your buddy. Because he might be your buddy. Who knows?
Now the real question is, does Shadow actually think I'm the I'm Tutorial Island guy?
You don't know that.
That's the
Care
real
Bear. Are you
Bear.
Care Bear?
Am I Care
Okay,
Bear?
so your last scene should be open to you.
Lord.
Bleb?
Bleb.
What's a Bleb?
You will
Bleb.
find out.
Meaning I didn't want to name this scene, so I typed in Bleb.
Oh no, I named that scene that on purpose.
It's probably
Nice.
the person's name.
Probably the dude's name.
Oh.
It's not as
Oh,
bad as
good
it
lord.
looks. It's not as bad as it looks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh. It
This
looks
is
pretty bad.
the last
Sure.
scene.
Gonna be honest,
Sure.
it looks pretty bad.
It looks
So-
real bad.
As you go through
I
your
have a
last
magic book.
as you go through your last bit of the forest, you come across a scene. You hear like screaming and some battles and some like battle sounds, and you see the flare come up pretty much like 20 feet from you. Not 20 feet, like 100 feet from you, because you're seeing the last flare, and you just see this. You actually can't see over the undead exactly what it is, but you just see undead body parts flying left and right. You hear
Nice.
swords kind of slicing through flesh and then like a shotgun effect. You not shotgun effect, you hear like a shotgun shot.
Oh boy.
I did make sure to specifically say there are guns.
Good.
Good to know.
You see these two just kind of die. Are you going to approach? Like moves in. You almost hear like
Guglio-
you hear a laugh
Do I
from
still,
whatever
did
it
I,
is that's
did
doing it.
I Do I still have
Oh, you have a torch. You have a torch. Yes, you do.
I have a torch. I've been carrying it this whole time.
Torch.
Torch.
Isn't
So I
it
had to drop the
on a
book so I
stick?
could keep a hold of the torch and then like not stab.
Are you putting the
So-
book in your backpack, or is it?
Book is in the
Yeah,
bag.
bag.
Book is here.
So Spaguglio is gonna puff out his chest a little bit,
Okay.
and he's gonna hold out the amulet, and he's gonna say, "My name, my name is Gary, and I'm with the Horizontal Warriors, and this amulet punches about 7 weight classes above my friend back there, and I just killed a minotaur with my bare hands. What are you doing over there?"
First off, roll an
Wow.
intimidation check. Because sure, why not? We'll do intimidation. Can you intimidate skeletons?
Yeah, we will. I got a +5
I'm
to that.
curious.
Let's see.
I'm curious too.
+5?
I have a 23.
Nice.
Damn.
Those skeletons in the back, they just like, nope. Out both directions. The zombie here and
Nice.
here end up getting killed, and the shadow is the last thing. Here's just not going to be combat here. It's fine. I guess there's actually
Love
one.
it.
There's one more zombie. I didn't mean to delete both of them, but yeah. You at this point you can see like a little gnome or a gnome, not a little gnome, a regular sized gnome,
Okay.
just kind of hacking and slashing away. You see him like tear apart 2 zombies, just like take the shadow out as it dissipates, and then the last zombie, you see him like raise up his shotgun in his left hand, like a one-handed gun, shoot through it, and as the zombie falls through, the hole in the zombie actually falls through the gnome, and you just see this gnome, huge smile on his face, just look at you and be like, "Hi,
Oh my gosh.
He goes,
And then-
"Hi."
are you the ones that came because of the flare?"
Spaguglio turns around. He's like, "This is the idiot. He's going to get himself killed."
He
Yes.
oh, nice. He like scooches himself through the zombie hole and goes up. My name. Let me just double check so I remember this. My thank you all for coming. My name is Bleb Farbeldofs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm Spaguglio.
Bleb Farble duck.
Bleb Farble. It's a traditional gnomish name. Not a lot of people know how to
It's
pronounce
a
it.
very traditional name.
It
So
is very
traditional that
traditional.
no one has it anymore.
It's true, but I like to keep it traditional. He's up here at this point.
Oh my goodness.
That was some nice scaring off of those skeletons. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the help. I probably
What was
coulda-
that chat?
What was that? What?
Shadow piece of the thing, the shadow thing
What shadow thing?
you were fighting, the shadow thing.
Oh, like the small little the thing that looked like the shadow that you fought before. You can
Yeah.
you recognize that that's like the shadow that you.
No, but
Yeah.
Spaguglio was asking.
Oh, okay.
what-
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
traditional shadow. You see it from time to time, and on like the dragon has the blue-white dragon has him in a couple of his in some of his
So, like,
some of his
if-
minions.
if we saw one of those that was like
Go on.
a fancy shadow. What if we saw a fancy shadow?
We
He
met
talked.
a- we
He
met a
talked all
Mr. the
fancy.
Shadow.
Mister,
Does-
the, yeah,
You
the
know,
fancy.
This
Does he got, like,
conversation
a-
would be great to have once we get you out of danger.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not in too much danger. I was told that I should let up the flare if I could be in danger, because I usually go a little bit over my head. But you're right. It probably makes more sense if we would do this in a safer spot. Yeah, let's go back. Go do the thing. I'm
Good
sure that they're
idea.
probably all done at this point. Maybe we'll help out if we
Def-
need
def-
to.
You said their false
So they-
retreat.
Def-
They're false retreat.
definitely-
It works every time.
the false retreat.
It works every time. Oh, Lord.
Okay, so you make
Sure they
your way.
faked retreated the whole way back to the city by now.
You make your way back to the city, and as you're about to find, you don't need that map anymore, but it's there, and it looks like a cool map, so I'll leave it there.
Great map. Beautiful map. Love the map.
Love the map we didn't even use because the skeletons they scared away. As you make it to the city walls, you see the horde of undead kind of approaching, and then you see them like abruptly turn and then just start marching out to the west.
The undead.
The undead, sorry. Horde of undead. Start marching. And then
Must have saw the amulet.
you see all of the townspeople cheer. Bleb kind of looks back at you and is like, that means we just took a major victory from that dragon. Remember? I don't know. Face probably told you about wanting to take back Flen and all that. That means that just happened. They're going to Flen now. They're going to be in a world of hurt soon. But we will be fine.
Shouldn't we
That's good. That's good.
tell them?
Oh, they know. They know what's going to happen. They'll be prepared. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Are they gonna fake retreat all the way back to here then?
It's going to take the undead a long time to get to Flen. They're not actually going to be bringing them back here. They're just going to go that way. We don't need to worry about them for now. Don't.
Gotcha.
Got him.
Got 'em. Okay. You make your way back into town. It's up to you whether you want to do this next week because it is kind of late. We can call it there.
I think that's a
I know it's like-
logical ending.
Yeah,
Right.
I think this is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think so. And then we can do some like RP.
We do some
next
RP
time.
and then go into the next
Yep.
thing and stuff. You did stuff. You got a book. You almost died.
I sure did.
I'm so excited. I love books.
I love books.
Especially ones that talk back.
Baguglio's
So-
just happy that
ones
he was
that whisper
right.
in my
When
head.
that whisper helped me in
Mhm.
your ear.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like a tickle at night. As I
Hear
dream.
that while I don't sleep.
Spaguglio has been waiting since the ship to finally be right in front of Kiva.
It is true, the Minotaur came
Except
back.
this time she almost died, but he doesn't care. He's just happy to be right.
I'm just
That's
happy to
okay.
be right.
She doesn't care either. She got a book, and the
That's
book
true.
was not a part of the problem.
Doubt.
Doubt.
I don't know, man.
You never
I think
know.
that
Right,
thing.
Kiva could tell the book was not part of the problem.
I don't think the book
I'm
was.
pretty
I
sure
think
the
we.
book is
I think
part
we
of the
were screwed.
problem.
No, I think we were screwed either way.
You'll
I think
never
standing
know.
there long
Goodness.
enough. I think it was cursed, not the book. The almost dead Minotaur.
Is probably fine.
It's probably fine. Totally fine. Everything's fine.
Probably fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
Everything turned out just great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life is dandy.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was great.
That was great.
The beginning was very interesting. I never thought I would roll a con save. Have someone roll a con save to see if they made it to the bathroom.
He
It's D&D
said he
for
could
you.
make anything.
Yeah, and then
Baguglio was nothing but spiteful.
yep, that
There,
was pretty great though.
there was even
And
some.
he does nothing but a big ball of sass, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So yeah,
I'm
that
hoping
was.
Crealis is now hooked on gambling.
We'll
Oh
see what
God.
happens.
I hope
We'll see.
Crealis
We'll see.
took the little one-on-one lesson to heart and maybe wants to become a scholar.
A little
We'll see.
I don't know.
Maybe.
owl
All I know
scholar.
is I'm-
Which angel will win? The
It's
one
true.
with the horns and tail, or the...
Or the other.
all I know is that I don't see why you can't be a scholar and gamble. That's all I'm saying. I'm
True.
definitely gonna bring you gambling
Yeah,
every
I
time I have a
know.
chance.
The gambling
But,
scholar.
like, did you see Kiva gambling? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
Well, he
don't
doesn't
true.
have to be a druid.
Oh.
A rogue scholar. That's interesting. I guess he's
Trying to
arcane
raise
trickster.
an upstanding owlet, okay?
Who is also a rogue.
I'm just trying to show her how to have fun, okay?
A rogue druid, warlock.
War
But
druid
my
warlock.
patron
We're
is
doing-
a gambling addict gnome.
Oh god.
Brings out the worst in everybody.
Oh,
Rufus is
excellent.
the
All right.
Squigglio's
God.
now a patron, yeah. But yeah,
Amazing.
we're gonna call it there. Bye, stream. Thank you all for stopping by.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Steve.
you all.
Thank you everybody in chat.
Thank you, Cal.
You're fantastic.
Thanks to everyone for doing this. Goodbye.